Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 2 of the Conductor's Corner podcast, starring me, Cynic on Rails, welcome to and episode 2 of the Conductor, and the
Me.
Reginty, Jord CEO, and the Buried Truck.
Two of which are not present at this given time, but in about 10 minutes or so, Brennan, the Red Ginty, will join. Yeah, the buried truck. He's got some stuff to do, but we're sure he's gonna join like halfway through, like he did last time.
Yes, unlike the rest of us, he's an adult, and he has adult
Yeah.
things to do.
Well, I have a company, but you know,
Well, you're how deep in debt?
how how dare you? I'll have you know, I used my pay this month to buy my employees Dr. Pepper. I got the 3 liter version, and it's got 50% extra inside of it. So I will not have you slandering my company.
Well, good for you.
Fuck, this is good soda.
I bet it
Oh,
is.
well, never mind. False alarm. Brennan's here already.
Brennan, do
Oh,
you want to say something to the audience?
we think he's here
Oh,
anyway.
have we? Oh, wait. Have we started?
Yes.
Yes, we did the introduction.
Hello. You guys, if you know these two, you probably know me.
Yes.
Yes. We're like a trio of like rejects.
Hmm. Kind of.
We're the Ed and Eddie of the fandom.
Except we don't really try to sell anything.
Well,
Except we
you
don't
do.
scam people.
Jord is Eddie.
Whoa.
I'm Ed. Brennan is Double
Hey.
D.
Listen, come
Yeah.
on. Come on. The products I sell, they're useful.
Like,
For example, the circumcision machine. If you remember that little number. Like, it's multi-use.
Indeed.
You can take off the back, the fuck, what are they called? The back of the chair. You can take the back of the chair off, unscrew that, and then just like pull the armrests down, and then you can use it as like a stone cutter, maybe. I don't know.
yeah,
You could also
you could
you
do
could
that.
also use it to chop onions, really quickly.
Hmm.
It's
Anything
multi-use.
left, but yeah.
It's always fun. It's great at birthdays too.
Yeah. I mean, if you flip it upside down, you could ride it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's like
you could get kinky with it if you wanted to.
I mean, you could use it as a well, yeah, you could use it as
Well,
a CBT machine, but
that's up for you to decide.
yeah,
If sliced off foreskin is your thing, go for it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, but
Hmm.
probably not what our viewers expected to be hearing tonight. But
Yeah, all like 2 of them.
Probably.
yeah, all 2 of which are us. But anyway,
Yeah.
regardless,
Yes.
I'll send it to my server. Hold on. I'll give it to the
Goody.
company and see what they do.
Yes. So,
Alright.
as you folks have probably seen from the title, we're gonna be discussing fan content today, but not just any fan content, the weirdest and the best fan content that the fandom has
Yes.
to offer.
And everything in between.
Yes, just fan content ahoy, but not the bad stuff, because we're not gonna spend an hour ragging on bad fan content because it's rude.
Well, yeah, because we're on a public stream,
Yes.
and that wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, and we're also morally upstanding people.
I guess.
Hmm.
Anyway, no, for real.
Speaking of like fan stuff, Jord's a fan of Beastars. Very awkward transition, but I mean, hey, he wanted to talk about
very,
Beastar
very,
lore,
very
so,
awkward.
but he
Okay,
wanted to talk about Beastar's lore, so
Listen, I'm not talking about Beastar's lore, okay? I'm talking about Greg Beastar lore. There's a difference, kind of. It's same guy, same character, but it's different. It's different. I promise. So what little Gregory Beastar does is he I gotta stop looking at Twitter. What Gregory Beastar does is he exists, and his dad is the G-Man. That much is apparent from Twitter posts, but yeah, no, like he works at Black Mesa with his father G-Man, because he has nothing else to do, and he causes the Horny Cascade, and that sends the world into chaos. So Gordon Freeman has to save everyone, but it doesn't work. So G-Man gets his long old friend who's 21 years old, and G-Man's probably like 50. He gets Adrian Shepard, and none of you know who the fuck I'm talking about. So I'm gonna keep going because it'll be funny. But anyway, no, like they try to stop the Horny Cascade and it doesn't work. So the world descends into chaos. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. And it's all Greg's fault. It, you know, just like I don't have anywhere else to go with this. You're gonna have to pick up on something. God damn it, I've run out of things to talk about already.
So what's the moral of the Beastar story?
The moral, it's not Beastars, I told you.
Greg Beastar then.
Okay, moral of Greg Beastar is don't be you could be horny, but not all the time. Regulate it.
Yesterday was the only day where you could be horny and nobody could tell you otherwise.
No, that was made up. And the Christians, I side with the Christians, because they don't like that day.
Yes, and yesterday was ruined for a lot of us as well.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot
about that.
In a wheelchair.
A certain fellow.
A certain infamous man.
Yeah.
I hesitate to use that term.
Round the parts, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on from the stuff no one wants to hear us talk about. Let's start talking about the weirdest pieces of fan content that we've ever seen. And I know Brennan really wanted to talk about a certain video in particular, so I will let our George Carlin conductors start. Take it away.
Oh wait, hold up. Fucking every time you mention a piece of fan content, give me the title, I'll search it up and link it in chat so people can watch alongside this video.
Okay. The first thing I want to talk about is Bread and Butter 3.5, The Void by Busted Buffer. I rewatched this the other day. Actually, it probably wasn't the other day. It was probably like last fucking week. Time blends together in quarantine.
Yeah.
But I rewatched it recently, and it is I think it might be the strangest Thomas video I've ever watched. But like I feel like it's strange on purpose, and I kind of like it. Like I know
quite a bit about it.
It's supposed to be surreal.
Thing about Busted Buffer, not Busted Buffer. Bread and Butter presents The Void. Like it's just the Xavier Renegade Angel episode where
I don't know what that is.
It's an Adult Swim show about this like
that makes
deity.
sense, because like Busted Buffers gets like
a lot of inspiration from
Adult Swim.
Yeah, there's I'll get into this afterwards, but James has a long history of his voice being stolen. Anyway, moving on.
Oh yeah, Twisted Tom's James voice is just Master Shake.
It's Master Shake, and Twisted Tom stole Master Shake, turned him into James. I stole James, turned him into mine. And then
I mean, but like I don't know. I don't know if I would consider it like the voice. The voice is definitely takes inspiration from Master Shake, but the character, like he's James, but more like Master Shake. So he's not exactly.
Not exactly. It's definitely inspired, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Twisted Tom's videos are definitely Aqua Teen Hunger Force inspired, and that's why I like them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force is great. You should
But
watch it.
yeah, it's just the Xavier Renegade Angel episode with Thomas stuff spliced between and also advertisements for Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I want to know. I want to know the story behind that. Like, is that just an in joke for them? I'm
could
really
be.
curious.
A lot of
It
their
could
stuff
be.
is probably in jokes,
Yeah, I would imagine.
but they make a
Yeah.
lot of great stuff. I think.
Mm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do without Busted Buffers. Busted Buffers is like the go-to for me when I'm bored.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's the best.
Do you have an
Mhm.
absolute favorite moment?
Oh, in Busted Buffers? Oh, there's too many to pick.
Pick like your
There's
5
really
favorites.
too many.
I have a favorite
Okay.
Busted Buffers
Um,
video.
And what is that?
I guess one of my favorite Busted Buffers videos would be Salty and Cranky's Big Day Out
Yeah.
with wow, and it's all right at best. So what are we doing here?
My favorite Busted Buffers video is Wild Water Rescue.
Oh
It's
yeah,
so
okay,
That
good.
one is
that's
great.
a classic.
Yeah.
Last
Oh,
night
I love the
got
sequel
laid.
too, because it's like the perfect sequel.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, the sequel was great as well.
Yeah.
Looks like I've been
Sorry.
laid.
Sorry, I was just opening my large 3-liter bottle of Dr. Pepper.
Hmm.
Ooh, lucky. I want
Yes.
some Dr.
I think
Pepper. That's
I
good.
think one of my favorite Busted Buffers videos are their abridged shorts.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Great
like-
Race
like
one
the special.
is so good.
Thomas
Like
and
the
Friends,
special-
the Grey Race. What a race! Ah!
Thomas and Friends, the Blue Mountain Race.
Yeah.
It's so great. Busted
I am
Buffers.
Thomas. Dear Thomas, I need you to go to the blue place.
The blue place.
The blue place.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My name is Winston.
Yeah. What else?
What
Uh,
are some of the good Busted Buffers?
Old Busted Buffer. No, not old Busted Buffers. Old Twisted Tom was pretty okay, but some of the jokes are definitely
Yeah, some of the jokes haven't
fine.
aged well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Well, that's
you have
obviously
to
because of,
accept.
like,
You have to
the-
accept that though.
Yeah,
Eh.
I mean he's moved past those kind of jokes, so it's all good.
and he admits his faults. So yeah, gotta give props to him.
Mhm.
Yeah, and some of them are still pretty funny because I've rewatched some of those.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them are still pretty damn funny.
Hmm.
Like the Fat Controllers movie Madness is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could definitely, even though it is very much inspired by Adult Swim, and it probably stole from Adult Swim, but I could see it being aired on the.
Oh yeah,
I could see that
like,
being
if
on
you
TV.
if you gave him a bigger budget, it could totally be an Adult Swim show.
No. Keep the budget as is. Just air that, please.
Oh, actually,
It is really
no,
good.
Actually, no, you're right because like they aired shit with like no budget on Adult Swim. Like, have you ever seen 12-ounce Mouse?
Yes.
Yeah.
The intro's
I
the best
think we
part
all
about
have.
that.
Yeah, because like that had literally no budget. So like Twisted Tom doesn't have a budget. So like because like he's literally doing it all himself.
Yeah.
I think
but-
the
like-
story behind 12-ounce Mouse was literally just like, they got like sheets of napkin, drew really bad characters on it, and we were like, hey, they were
"Hey,
like,
this should be a
hey,
show."
what if we turn this into a show? And they just made everything in MS Paint, and that was it.
Yeah.
I think that's
Although I
literally
would
the
love
story.
I would love to see Twisted Tom on a bigger budget
Mm,
with like actual proper sets and stuff.
They get celebrity voice actors.
Nah,
Yeah.
just let Brett do it all. It's like
yeah.
you can't get rid of like Master Shake James.
Jord is the standby.
No, I stole the voice. It's not fair.
Eh.
But No, I've talked to like a bunch of different people about it, and they said like, oh, it's your voice is like you can't do you can't do Twisted Tom's James, so it just sounds like an original voice, and I'm like, damn, okay, I guess it is original, even though it's
Yeah,
not.
I
But
mean,
oh well,
yours is definitely similar.
it's
It's
similar, but I guess it's different enough to where it
yeah,
can be
it's not
excused.
exactly the same.
Yeah, but yeah, back to fan content.
I would love to see Thomas get like an Adult Swim spin-off.
Maybe.
It'd be interesting. I feel like literally all that would change, like if you're doing it with the show, all that would literally change was that everybody would just like swear.
Maybe. I
I
mean,
mean,
not every Adult
I feel
Swim
like the
show has
plot
swearing in
lines,
it, but you know.
I
I feel like
guess.
the plot lines would be a lot different as well it would be for
Oh,
teens
you
and
know what it would
adults.
you know what one episode would focus on? Lady Hats Affairs in bandstand. First scene in the bandstand.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. Like the fact controller calls Thomas, Percy, and James to like perform a hit on her.
I need you to find my wife. She's been sleeping with
And
other
kill
men.
her.
Oh, I just remembered something. Weird fan content. This falls into the category of weird. The Wilstonators or the Wilstonators. I forgot that it's the now, but oh well. The Wilstonators. Fuck. What's the video called where it's like Thomas Percy and Toby think they're gonna be scrapped, but it's like
Oh,
a cake.
a
Small
small
misinterpretation.
yeah, small misinterpretation. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. It's
Yeah,
so
like
weird. Of course,
that's
it's like.
something with Miss Oliver and Blossom.
Mm, mm. Um, but like, yeah, you can definitely tell he's trying to like emulate Joey Turner's MS Paint noodle arm style, but like, it's too. He uses too many like shape tools. It doesn't really work, but it works. It's charming on its own.
Yeah. And there's like actually
Yeah,
some good jokes in there too. Like
yeah. But
like
for all we know,
shocker.
for all we know, it
Yeah.
could just be stolen.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, a
give
lot of it was
I mean,
stolen,
I
but
will
yeah.
I will stand by this till the day I die. That I will forever give credit to Joey and Will for starting like the real like first
Oh yeah,
surge of
yeah.
fan content.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like a lot of it isn't good like in hindsight, but
Yeah.
like give it credit. Like it actually like
We
tried to do
all
something
did
new. But then there's
we all
Captain
just start
Punjab. Captain Punjab is still top tier.
I gotta be honest. I don't know who the fuck Captain Punjab is.
It took me a while to
Um,
actually see his stuff too.
Okay, I have a confession. I didn't
yeah.
really I never actually I knew who he was, but I'd never actually seen Captain Punjab's Thomas stuff until like last year.
I haven't seen it now, so
I have seen
yeah.
a lot of it.
I
There's a lot of
recommend you
great
watch
jokes in
it.
it.
I recommend you watch it, Jord. It's very dated, but it's also very charming and
Okay,
enjoyable.
I'll search it up. Hold on.
Yeah, like there's a compilation of like all of his episodes.
Okay.
The older ones,
No
the older
results.
ones
That's
don't have
cool.
dialogue. The older ones don't have dialogue, or like the oldest ones don't have dialogue, and it's just trains running around. But like a couple episodes in, there are actually stories.
Oh god. Oh wow. The profile picture is just Darth Vader and Thomas. Huh.
Yeah, because like that's a screenshot from one of his
It's
episodes.
so
Yeah.
funny. It's so good.
Yeah, basically, there's like a whole episode of Darth Vader running around terrorizing the engines because like
I'll have to
this is
look at
2006,
that
people
later.
were back then.
It's so great. But Captain Punjab is definitely like a pioneer in terms of fan content. That still holds up, might I add.
Didn't he go off to work on BoJack Horseman or
Yeah,
That's
something?
what I know him from. In fact, I saw like somebody tweet about it saying like, "Oh, evolution," and they put like a screenshot from their videos, and then and then BoJack Horseman. I was like, "Wait, what's the fucking connection?" And then somebody explained it, and I was like, "Oh, okay,
hmm,
yeah."
yeah. Yeah, I mean, he did good stuff. He did a lot of great stuff, and I think him, Joey, and Will are the first three people to definitely revolutionize how we create fan content.
Yeah.
Not a
Um,
lot of it's good, but I have to always give it credit for what it did.
I remember Ramafool used to steal from Joey and Will a
Oh
lot.
my god, yeah, him.
See, but like, actually, no, no comment. I'm not gonna talk about that
Yeah.
here.
But
Mm.
I'm not gonna twist this into a negative thing. I'm just gonna say when I saw him like come back on Twitter, I got whiplash, dude. I was like, damn, I remember watching you when I was like 7.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
very, very strange.
Speaking of old fan content, Topcast Fat.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Yeah, the guy who
but
made
like the
the
first like
HO
big.
scale Chocolate Percy, the guy who made an N scale Rex, the guy who did HO scale Diesel 10. In
The
2006,
first, he was like the first big custom man.
yeah. Yeah, no, if you look up some of his stuff, it still looks really, really good.
mm,
Hmm.
I think I remember that one.
Yes.
Did they do Neil? I think his
Yes,
name
they
is.
did.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Okay, yeah, I've definitely seen him around.
they did the CFR, the Coldie Fell engines too.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've seen those around.
Yeah.
Oh, weird fan co Oh, I just had a thought. Weird fan content you remember from when you were a kid, but you can't find now, or not as easily now. Because
Oh,
I mentioned the
oh,
Halloween video with
story.
with the big engine, but
Okay, so
like
y'all
can't
know
find it.
Upside Now, right?
Upside Now,
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very few people know that he actually used to have a wooden railway series. I have one episode from it saved to my drive, but the rest are
Oh.
lost.
Oh.
Really?
There
Lost
were there
media,
were
Brennan.
there were 4 episodes technically, but the fourth one got deleted. And I never actually saw it. But episode 1, 2, and 3 I saw as a child.
Damn.
Now I can show you episode 3. The other two I can only just describe. Now episode 1 was about like Neil. Neil is taking you know the wooden railway like treasure cars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
the
like
museum
the
ones.
story is like he's taking this treasure to a museum and he gets like robbed by the diesels
Oh.
and like he and the other engines pull off like this big heist to get it back.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
episode 2 was about Thomas and Percy not trusting Toby because like
Oh my
Toby was
god.
originally
Oh my god, I remember
Toby.
this.
Yeah.
I didn't
Now
even
I
know it
don't
was
remember this,
him.
but this sounds very riveting.
Hold on. No, I'm not finished like describing it.
Hmm.
So like Toby was originally forced to work with the Diesels. He didn't want to, but like they
Okay.
forced him into it. So like Thomas and Percy don't trust him, but
Oh.
like they gain his trust by the end. He gains their trust by the end of the episode. And then
Okay.
episode 3, the one I
Okay.
have, is about James stealing the Express. Well,
Oh.
kind of by accident.
Oh.
Like Gordon gets sick, and then James goes to pull the Express, but like he becomes like his driver and fireman fall out of the cab, and then he runs off with the Express out of control, and then Edward stops him.
Oh. That does sound
Yeah,
like a legitimate
Here,
I can show
episode
okay,
you
where James
episode
Brennan,
two.
steals the
Let me
express.
ask, is the thumbnail for the Gordon James one, is it Gordon going like, ooh? Or is that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
I
something like
remember this.
yeah,
I
something
saw
like that.
this. I saw this. I didn't even know
Yeah,
it was him.
I
That's
have it
awesome.
saved to my drive. I have it saved to my drive. I can show it to you guys.
Oh my god, post it on Twitter.
I
Flashback.
mean, I don't think I can post the whole thing because it's like 5 minutes, but like
Yeah.
I can
Hmm.
show you I can give you the link.
Oh my god, that's
Um,
amazing.
Yeah, I
um,
only wish I had the other episodes saved as well because
I
like
remember the
this is super
thumbnail.
nostalgic.
I remember the thumbnail for, I didn't even know there was a fourth one.
There was a fourth one, and it had something to do with Star Wars.
Oh,
but it got taken down because copyright.
No wonder I
think.
never knew it.
Yeah, I kept like I remember I saw like the listing for the video and I tried to click on it. And then the thing came up like, oh, the video was taken down. And I was just like, oh, are you kidding me? Like this episode looks sick.
Yeah. I remember the titles. It was like 18 plus. I remember that was in the title of episode 3 and 2, I think. Those are the only ones I actually saw. I'm getting severe nostalgia right now.
18 plus, bro. Anyway.
It wasn't that 18 plus.
Yeah, was there swearing in it?
No.
Then again, did we really care about swearing when we were younger?
At me? Yes.
Yeah, we did not care.
Well,
I didn't. I didn't, but my parents did. And I remember
exactly that.
What is it? Miss Oliver and Blossom's anniversary video, I think. Where Thomas keeps waking up and he like wakes up next to like worse and worse partners every time.
Yeah.
I got caught watching that video and I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. But my mother saw the part with Gordon and she was like, okay. And then closed the laptop screen.
I know what you're talking about.
I was like, I don't see what's wrong. It's funny. And I almost got banned from the computer because of that.
But I thought you told me that you knew someone who saw it.
Oh my god. No, but the funny thing about that one, you know what it's actually ripping off, right?
I think.
Have you seen the Sonic
Sorry,
Nightmare?
Sorry, someone interrupted.
I thought you were talking to us. I was wondering why you were so far away from the microphone.
My brother came in.
Okay.
But Jord, have you seen the Sonic Nightmare video?
I've definitely heard of it. Is it part of Sonic Shorts?
No. Let me look it up. It's
that sounds like a Sonic Shorts thing.
Here's the link for episode 3.
Oh my god, I remember discovering Sonic Shorts, showing it to all my friends, and it's like, wow, it's Sonic and he's swearing.
Yeah. Apparently, Sacred Dragonair in the chat says, I know what the original material is. Do you know, George, do you know what the Nintendo shorts were? Or the collabs
Oh,
were?
I've seen those. Yeah.
This one it's not actually called Sonic's Nightmare, it was called Sega, but it was like in like keyboard text, like $, like E, you know what I mean.
Right.
But
so it's very early 2000s video game parody,
yeah,
I see.
If Brennan could look it up and post it in the chat, I can't right now.
Look up what?
Sonic's Nightmare. It's the second one. And George can watch it and let us know what he thinks.
I'm probably not gonna watch it now because I think I know what's gonna happen anyway. Because I remember the Thomas one so well. But
yeah, basically, except the Sonic's Nightmare one is shorter. It's mercifully shorter.
Oh. So there was.
I put the episode I was talking about in the.
Yeah.
I
will watch it later.
I put one of them.
I will watch
one of them.
Yeah, I'll watch it later.
God, I really wish I had the other ones, especially episode 1, because like I want to watch Neil pull off a heist again.
Well, that's a character we can include in our movie.
I remember. Don't spoil the movie, Cynic.
Well,
God,
don't.
I'm not spoiling anything.
Don't spoil it. Anyway, I remember for the longest time. There was this one video of Wooden Railway Thomas pulling like milk cars or whatever. Milk cars? Why did I say that? It's an American thing. Milk trucks. Or milk tankers, rather.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah. Now that I've
you really are the Ringo of the group. You're doing the Shining Time dub.
God damn it, dude. Anyway, he was pulling milk tankers going up this really steep incline, and then he gets to the top.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
That video. And he goes down, and he screams. I couldn't find that for the longest time, and I only saw it last year.
Dude, that's still on YouTube, I think.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Thomas and the Killer Cars.
Oh, fucking, yeah. That showed up at my recommended. I got scared of the Thomas face.
Yeah.
So did I.
That was terrifying as a kid. There's a lot of creepy faces in that.
Fun fact, I also never saw Thomas blows his stack until 2016.
That video's so good.
Because I used to be scared of the thumbnail.
I was scared of the video because I watched it in 2000. When did it come out?
2006.
2006.
Okay, I remember watching it in 2011, so I wasn't sure. But I watched it in 2011. I was scared of Thomas. I was like, damn, bro, he's gonna kill all my trains. I can't believe it.
What? Okay. What is the name of the video? With the hill video?
That's
The
Thomas
hill.
Climbs the Hill.
Thomas climbs the hill.
the hill.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Oh,
It
shit.
looks like it's made in like really. It
Oh
looks
wait,
like,
no. I think it's called
Definitely
Thomas
like-
Conquers the Hill.
Yes, that's what
There
it
we
is.
go. There we go.
Yes. It's just
Thomas conquers the hill.
yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. I found it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is great.
He was pulling a milk truck and like
Great.
just a regular Republican
Yeah,
truck.
great one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Here it
remember
is.
the milk one very vividly for some reason.
Hmm.
Yeah, here we go. Let me watch this one because I remember it being 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I love the ending.
It just flies off.
I wonder
Flies
what
off.
that censored thing is.
Yeah, that used to be like an advertisement or something, but like it got censored.
Okay.
Hmm.
I want to know what that is though. But
Well,
yeah.
we'll find out. Blows his stack is definitely a classic in terms of fan content.
Yeah.
And you know what else is? Mad Bomber.
Mad. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
now
obviously.
now we're getting into the good stuff. Okay. I remember Mad Bomber because I watched it and I was like, damn, I really like the Thomas in this one.
The one that
So I
dies.
went. No. I went to my parents. I was like, hey, can we get this Thomas? And they bought me a take and play one. I was like, no, it's not the right one. And then eventually at a car boot sale, we found the Earl Thomas, and I was like, damn, I finally got one. But then I lost it like 2 days later, so there was no
My
point.
God.
It's probably stuck in the radiator somewhere. Yeah, a lot of stuff's down there. But anyway, yeah, it blew me away. No pun intended. It blew me away because it's like, wow, you can really get this. You can really get this amount of detail out of Erdl models, huh?
Hmm.
I didn't know you could do that. Really, it looked really good for the time.
Hmm.
Oh shit, Brendan left. No, he's back.
Shit. Discord keeps cutting out.
Damn.
I wish they would fix that shit because it's really annoying.
Discord, if you're watching this, fix yourself.
Yeah,
To be
fix your
fair,
shit.
we're in quarantine, so
But they upgraded their servers to hold hold up to 50 people. So, Discord, we know
Oh
you're
my
trying,
God.
but please
Oh my god.
fix this.
This is completely unrelated, but British Peridot.
what?
I'm
Oh.
looking at our group. I'm looking at my Steven Universe group chat, and someone sent British Peridot.
You Claude.
No, apologies for that interruption. Go on.
No, it's fine. Yeah, Mad Bomber definitely holds up because as a kid I was like, I want to do that, and then I remember when like all the behind the scenes prep video was coming out for Mad Bomber 2, and like he added the HO bogies for the tender engines. It was really cool. And I was like, I really want to see this, and I kept coming back. And then Leo started going into clickbait. I was like, this isn't what I want, and then it never came out. So I was like, I'm really upset. But it's really cool though. I really hope that one day he does make it.
Oh boy.
What do you mean, oh
Where
boy?
did my sneeze go, bro? Where, bro? I was about to sneeze and it's gone.
So you
Also-
lost your sneeze.
I freaking hate that.
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. Hold on.
Jesus.
Can I put this up on stream? Oh my god.
What?
It's a minion without goggles on. How? How, dude? No.
Hold on.
That's so cursed. Why would you do that?
Here, I'll put it up real quick.
Hey, stream, we got a treat for you.
Yeah. Alright,
But
hold on.
anyway,
Yes. Uh,
anyway, back to fan content while we wait for Cynic
Oh
to.
god, Minion without goggles. That's so
Yeah.
cursed.
It's so bad.
there it is.
Yeah.
Are you
Is it
happy
up?
now? Yeah, it is. Are you,
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
are you
yeah, yeah. All
folks
right,
happy now?
all right. Put it back, put it back to the thing. I don't want to see it anymore. It's
Hmm.
scary.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna stare at it. Thanks a lot, Jord. But
Does
anyway,
anybody remember all the videos of the Family Guy gag where they eat chowder, but it was
yes.
Thomas characters?
Yes.
There were so
Yeah,
many of those.
I remember that. I remember those.
Hmm.
There were so
Like
many.
with the word for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh wait. Oh, what's the contest video? What's with Brewster that Leokin video
Yes.
Oh,
did? The animation.
Thomas contest.
What's the video called? It was done in MS Paint. It was really bad, but
I thought it
like,
was Thomas versus Brewster director's cut.
No. Well, yeah, there's that one, but there's another one. There's the one, I think I know what you're talking about. There's the one Thomas Fan 101 did that was in MS Paint.
I remember very specifically, James told Percy to shut up because he was watching Bob the Builder or something.
Yes, yeah, that's the Thomas Fan 101 entry. Just a moment.
Hold on, I'm searching it up. 101. There we go. There it is! Yes! Oh my god. Okay. He did all the sound effects with his mouth, dude. Oh, this is
Tonight,
brilliant.
I'm making kale slaw.
You're really eating this up, ain't you?
Yep.
Hmm.
You do know that Thomas has the emergency supply of gummy bears and gummy worms, right? Whoopsh, let's roll. There they go. It's so good. It's so good, dude. And the flight controller on the roof drinking beer. I swear to God. Oh, this is a blast from the past. I haven't seen this for like 7 years, dude. Oh my. Oh, the perspective. It's so bad.
Hmm. But anyway, moving on to other weird content. Jord, what is your absolute weirdest piece of fan content you've ever seen?
Absolute weirdest. Oh. Now, see, I had something for this, but I'm getting so wrapped up in the nostalgia that I forgot everything. But
And that Percy though, like,
yeah.
yeah, that's how you draw angles.
Hmm.
Mm. I can be your angle or your devil.
Yeah, basically.
Um. Oh, weirdest fan content. I remember the Timothy video with like the realistic E2s.
The Kane fan one?
Maybe
The
send
one
a
that's like
screenshot.
I
the one
think
that's like
you're probably thinking of Cave Fan.
the one that's like 3 hours long.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, there's multiple parts, but like all together, it's like 3 hours. It's
Yeah. I remember there being. It might be that one then. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't like Timothy. I don't like.
Well,
The only
okay.
the only Timothy anything I like is like the Tulsa 22 one, where it's like done with actual
Mm.
models.
The one I
It's
like
really
is
good.
Richard Jordan's adaptation of the
Oh yeah,
character.
Richard. Yeah, his as well. His is also good.
Hmm.
Oh, god damn it. Weirdest thing. Weirdest thing.
I know
Think! Alright.
you can't say your series.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, obviously he's
I haven't
not
gone
that.
all the way with it yet, so can't really say much on that so far. So anyway, I'm trying to think of the big ones that people remember.
Well, what do you remember?
Not much. I did before, but again, I'm too wrapped up in the nostalgia. Uh, hmm. Yeah, you guys go ahead. I'll have to think about this.
Well, I already said mine earlier because like I said, bread and butter 3.5.
Yeah, I think my absolute weirdest piece of fan content would be the Tovis YouTube poop. The one
Is
by
that
Mass.
really the weirdest though?
For
Because
me,
like it's
it's
YouTube.
very bizarre. It is.
It is bizarre.
I think what I enjoy that. Well, also no, just anything by Mass. Train Killers is very weird.
Yeah.
Tovis
It's
is
good,
really
though.
weird. WTL Network made some really wacky stuff.
I haven't seen many of their things. I think you guys showed me
Yeah,
them in
I
a
haven't
call
seen much of
once, but like,
WPL Network's YouTube poops either.
Really,
I
they're
mean,
all.
I've seen a few of them, but like not all of them.
Hmm. Tovis, for those who don't know, is a YouTube poop by Master of Poop, or is it
It's
Hour of
all of
Poop?
them.
Hour of Poop,
Hour of
probably.
Poop. My bad.
I don't know. I can't remember.
But
It's Hour of Poop.
it's Hour of Poop. Okay.
Alright.
So Hour of Poop is a great channel you should all subscribe to. They make very well edited YouTube poops, by the way.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
one of my absolute favorites.
Crazy good editing.
Yes. It's just weird for me because it's a mashup of so many like references and like with so many great like random jokes in there that it
Yeah.
that it almost it works, but it's so wacky.
Yeah.
It's like
I'd say it's like with Train Killers in particular, I'd say it's like what TV is like when the TV isn't on, maybe? It's what the characters get up to when they're not performing. But yeah, that's what I think anyway.
hmm. Uh, what I think no, the thing that cements it for me as the weirdest piece of fan content is when Thomas grows feet and just like goes
yeah.
rogue and it turns out to be a massive Snickers commercial.
Kind of.
Yeah, but it's so funny. It's so bizarre, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Duncan, SpongeBob, and Patrick running away from
I
Thomas.
love the part where Thomas goes rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then there's like a Gravity Falls reference in there. There's like
yeah.
a whole bunch of British
Stan tries
shows.
to shoot at him.
Hmm?
Grunkle Stan tries to shoot at him.
Yes, it's so
Yeah.
good. And then
The
there's
rocket
an
launcher.
there's an Angry Birds reference. There's a Rick roll in there.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And then the absolute best part of the entire thing, James the Bond, 005.
Oh yeah, I was about to bring that up.
The song is great. The editing is awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised
it's
more
really
people
well
haven't
edited.
jumped on board that ship.
It's very well edited, especially Thomas going rogue.
Mm.
Yeah, just it's engines with feet is not something I'd ever think I would laugh at, but here we are.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's very strange,
Yes.
but it's hilarious.
I
You
think
don't expect a lot of things in life, but life's like, damn, well, you thought wrong.
yes. Another great.
I mean, this one isn't a Thomas centric YouTube poop, but there is a bit with Thomas in it. He did a YouTube poop of Wind in the Willows.
Oh, yeah.
But there's this whole like 5-minute section where they're at Tesco, and then there's one part where Thomas like tries to eat the fish from like the fish counter without paying,
Yeah.
and he gets dragged out by the security guards.
They
It's
deny him
edited.
access to fish, and he just eats it anyway.
Yeah.
And they drag him out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the way it's edited is just so fucking funny. Because
Yeah.
it's like they edit two of Thomas's faces together to make it look like his mouth is moving.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fish.
And it's so good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
What's
The
it called?
section with Thomas in the Wallace and Gromit Christmas video is very good
Oh yeah,
too.
that's good as well.
Driving Thomas and driving him like a car.
Yeah, and then they just plow into the house.
Yeah. And he plows into the house, acts like nothing happened, and just goes, "Happy Christmas, everyone." And then they all just kind of stare at him.
I think another great series of. Do you guys know who Bioko Island Films is?
But
Maybe? What have
yeah,
they done?
They've done the
they
hell.
they're YouTube Pooper. I haven't watched them in a
They've
while though.
made
Because
Black Gold. They've made Hellfire. They've made a whole bunch of stuff. It's mostly
okay,
like hour of poop, but with not
we,
that many special effects.
we can't talk about YouTube Poop and not talk about Lyctocracy.
What?
It's a it,
That's the guy. Okay, that's the guy. I don't remember the name of the YouTube poop, but that's the one where it's like, all kinds of ships arrive at the big harbor. Battleships arrive here.
Um,
Henry downloads all kinds of shit on his laptop. That one.
that guy's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like
afraid
I
to say it,
forget the name
I've
of the
not
YouTube
seen that
poop,
one.
but, like,
Hmm.
if you hadn't, okay, I have to find it because like it's so good.
Okay, I will also say, in terms of really weird fan content, Carson's Thomas and Topham is really weird.
It's and I think it's more of a shit post, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's so
Mhm.
weird.
I mean,
oh yeah,
we
it's
didn't really
fucking
set
good.
a goal for the weirdness to hit, did we?
Well,
It's
no.
just weird.
Yeah, it's just weird stuff. But I still
Mm,
think Tovis is the weirdest one that I've seen. And I mean, I haven't seen a lot, but I'm the ones I have seen are really good.
mm.
Hmm. But Jord, what is your weirdest piece of fan content?
Um,
And you can't say your series. That's cheating.
I
Yeah,
again, I've not gone all the way with it yet. You've not. You're only on the surface level, buddy. But anyway, weirdest piece. Oof. Just everything that I have vague memories about, and I just discover years later. Just every single piece of it, because a lot of it's blended together. A lot of it's like a lot of it's a vague memory. I remember bits of things, and then I rediscover them, and I'm like, oh, okay, so this fits with that. All right.
all right,
So I can't name
give us
one.
an example. Give us an example.
I remember watching The Trouble with Trains when I was like, oh, maybe 4. I don't know. Um, I remember that. I remember, of course, all the stuff we've gone over. I Oh, you know the MMD Thomas videos, like
Yeah.
the ones done in that anime dance program or whatever it is, the one with
Mhm.
Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones. Those are very strange because it was my first exposure to like Japanese fans of Thomas,
Hmm.
and
Oh,
the
like
one where they
the
pull a
accidents will
battleship
happen
or whatever.
ones. The
Hmm?
accidents will happen ones, and where it's just like the engine's literally being thrown around.
Yeah, that one was weird. But the one where they like pull a rail tank or a battleship or whatever, and they shoot like a giant they shoot a creeper at a orb, I think. I don't know.
What?
I can't remember. Let me find
What?
it. MMD
Okay, that is
Thomas.
definitely weird. But like speaking of Miku Miku Dance and Thomas content, if you haven't seen the moving scrap engine, which I think is the English translation, go watch it. It is so good.
Oh yeah, the one that's made in
It,
MMD.
it yeah. It's this very season 5 style story. It's completely dialogueless. It's all subtitled. It's all Japanese subtitled, but it's all done in Miku Miku Dance, and it's really good. If you haven't
Oh
seen it,
my
go
god.
watch it.
What the actual hell is I remember that I don't remember it being this weird. I'm watching through it now. They picked Thomas up on a helicopter? What? Hang on.
Send us the link to this, please.
Yeah.
Bro, Percy, where's he dropping, dude?
Where we drop them, boys.
Hold on, I'm posting this to Twitter. Okay, I'll send the link in the stream chat. Uh, there's the video. You guys, there it is. It's oh my god, I don't remember it being this
Oh my
weird.
god, I think I vaguely remember this. I remember that thumbnail. What?
Yeah, no, I remember
What?
the thumbnail. I just haven't seen it.
Oh my
I
god.
love, wait. I
What's
love
in
the
the creeper?
description. I read the description. Engine, if not fly, is nothing but an engine.
Oh.
Profound. Very profound.
Oh my god, that's great. But
Original edition. I've been redirected to a Japanese. Hold on, I gotta go like deal with this rabbit hole for a sec. You guys carry the stream for a minute.
Jord, really?
Yes,
Okay,
I
well,
need.
I'm
It's
watching
taken
the
me to an
video.
MMD site. I need to figure out what this is.
Okay.
No, I'm just watching the video.
Okay. So I have
Oh
to carry this on
god.
my own then.
Well, I'm also. I mean,
Hmm.
I'll talk about what I'm seeing.
Alright, well, describe it for all of our blind viewers.
Okay, so like, camera's focusing on the person. You just stopped in front of the camera and giving us our thumbnail. Why are they all on Tony track? And oh, hi, Creepers. Creepers and Gordon's Express. What?
It's
What
got the
dinosaur
Thomas
road
rap at the
and
end while they
flatbed
get
behind
carried off
you.
by the like helicopters. Oh my god.
This is very strange.
Oh my. Oh my
Why are they all on
lord.
Tony track?
I do not know.
What? Oh no, there's sirens. There's sirens.
Yeah, then there's like this triangle terrorizing them.
Oh no. No, wait, that's a diamond. That's a. What is that? Okay. Galaxy Express? What?
I remember the Galaxy Express
This-
very like
I've
vaguely,
never
but
actually seen it, but I've heard of it. Anyway.
oh,
Okay, this is really weird, but I actually kind of like. I kind of dig it. I kind of
I
like it.
dig it.
Hmm.
But it's so weird. I don't remember them
It
being
is
carried off
so.
by
It is so
helicopters.
strange. It is so strange.
This is like a Gmod video.
It is. It is like a Gmod video.
Oh my god. Where's
Okay.
Gmod? He's not doing the funny face yet.
Okay.
Okay. Picked up by helicopters.
The creepers in the express. Why?
I love how it transitions from like the serious music back to little engines. As they're being picked up by helicopters.
But anyway, going back to weird content, there's an infamous series of fan content that definitely goes down in history as one of the weirdest of all time. Engines Tonight, you may have heard of it.
Oh God! Oh, you just.
I've only
you're
seen the
just-
clips
you're
you guys
giving me
showed me.
the
I
wrong
don't want to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
You're
gonna.
giving
We're
me-
not gonna bash on it because that's not what we do. But it's
You're
definitely.
giving me now flashbacks because I've actually watched it before.
I have to. I tapped out like 30 seconds in, but
God.
it's weird. It's very weird.
It is. It is very strange.
Yes. But Jord, that's your weirdest piece of fan content.
Well, it is now. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Hmm.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
The siren.
Hmm.
Oh.
But we finished up with the weird stuff. Now let's move on to the best pieces of fan content we've ever seen. So
Oh.
I will start because one of my absolute favorite pieces of fan content involves two tender engines, one number 2, the other number 5. You may know who they are.
Is
It's
it
my
the tree?
series. He likes Edward and James the best.
No, I like The Tree and Me by TARDIS
No.
Rescue. Don't get me wrong,
The
Jord.
Tree-
Jord, I'll wait till
The
the movie
Tree-
comes out.
On a similar note, Edward Tells a Lie by the same person, that being TARDIS Rescue, is one of my favorites.
Yes, but for why I love The Tree and Me so much, first off, it's a Christmas story. Everyone loves Christmas. Everyone loves a Christmas aesthetic, which it really lends itself well to this story. The story itself is very good.
Yeah.
The basic, I mean, what I like most about the story is that there's no real bad guy. Like, even like I like how James is written, and I know that may sound rich coming from the guy who wrote Alone, but I love how James isn't written to be like the bad guy. He does wrong stuff, but you understand why he's doing it. He wants to spread
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
cheer.
I like that as well. I like he's more doing he's doing it more out of tradition, out of love for tradition than just like vanity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he may be stuck up in his own ways, but you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, when talking about Tree and Me, you gotta mention the music. The music
Oh yeah, the
it
music's
makes
wonderful.
it. It absolutely makes it. Because combining James's theme with Jingle Bell Rock is such a
Oh yeah, it's
bizarre
brilliant.
idea, but it is an absolute bop.
Hmm.
I can hear it right now in my head. It's so good. Yeah,
Yeah, it is wonderful.
yeah. What I also love about it is the Edward James dynamic is written very, very well. Because Dan manages to like capture exactly what it is that's so special about the Edward James dynamic is that
Oh
Edward
yeah,
is the
he can
peacekeeper. Yeah, Edward's is like
he can write. He can really write a
Hmm.
good Edward James story.
yeah. Jord take notes.
No.
See, but like George's Edward and James is it's supposed to be silly.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
So like
supposed to
no,
be like
don't
a
do that.
fever dream,
'Cause,
which
like
you can't wake up from.
yeah,
Well,
no, I
you will eventually, but you know.
well, no, I'm aware. But what I like most of all about how he writes the dynamic is how like you understand like their characters, but it's like entirely based off of this entire just this one story. You understand exactly who both these characters are. Like
Yeah.
James is stuck up, but he has a good heart, and he
Hmm.
and he like that's essentially it. But like you understand why he's sometimes a jerk, but like you like him for it at the end. Edward is like the very calm, level-headed, wise guy who keeps James in check and
I'm a jerk
understands.
when everyone loves me.
Hmm, yeah, but Edward knows that James isn't a bad guy. He just has he's very like stubborn in his outlook, and like he understands this and he takes it to heart, and so he understands why James does what he does, and he doesn't get mad at him for it like any other character would.
Hmm.
But then at the very end, the ending is very sweet too.
Oh yeah, the ending is
Yeah,
Yeah.
very wholesome.
yeah. For all you Edward James fans out there, that ending was made for you.
Oh yeah, if you haven't watched it yet, what are you doing?
Yes,
Um,
Jord,
go watch it.
Jord, link it.
Hmm.
Link,
Oh.
link of
Fuck.
it.
What is it? Treat me.
Yeah, the Treen Me. Also, like the effects, the set design, it looks so good. Even like
Oh, Dan's set building is wonderful.
yeah, even the crazy talk, even the crazy talk animations don't look that bad. They actually look decent to this day. There's like two shots in there that look weird, and that's it.
Crazy talk.
Yeah,
Is that?
it's like season 12.
It's a it's an animation program for like making inanimate objects speak.
Okay. Oh, that right. Okay. So I was wondering how a bunch of people had the exact same animation style for their faces, but like, yeah. No, that explains it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's essentially like season 12, but it actually looks decent.
Hmm.
Most of the time.
Yeah, there's like two, like I said, there's two shots in there that are weird, but aside from that, that's like it.
Hmm.
But Brennan, one of your favorites?
Like I said before, Edward tells a lie because it captures Edward's character incredibly well. like it makes him part of the conflict, but he's still in character, and I really admire that. But aside from that, another one of my favorites by Dan is Thomas in Hot Water, which is another great story. And then of course there's anything by Carson.
Yep.
Anything in like the past year by Carson is just one of my favorites, or one of my favorite stuff. Like obviously there's the Richard saga, and then there's like his non-Richard stories are also really good.
Yeah. If you had to pick your absolute favorite Carson video, what would it be?
I would say the close tie between Reckless Redemption and Percy and the Brakeman.
Yeah, they're
The
both
score
really good.
in Percy and the Brakeman is just wonderful. Sudri and Afro did an amazing job.
Yeah. Jord, your absolute favorite?
Oh, it's so hard to choose. You always give me these things. Oh, but I fall into them anyway. Whatever. Best one. Oh, God damn it! I had something before, but then I got sidetracked and I forgot everything, dude. Okay. Best one. Oh, shit! I forgot again.
Who was it by?
Oh no! That's the thing. I forgot everything about it. I forgot like. What's the best thing? The best fan creation.
Was it a model video or a trains video?
See, again, I don't know. I forgot everything about it. I'm cycling through like all the stuff I remember seeing.
My God, Jord.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm a mess tonight. God.
Together, Jord.
Not even your Dr. Pepper can save you now.
Oh, I'm still gonna take a swig anyway.
Yes. Well, I will.
Is that Dr. Pepper laced with like whiskey or something? Come on.
Jord, you're too young.
Okay.
I'll go on with more of my favorite fan content.
Yeah. Report back to us when you.
Yes.
When you remember.
We were on Carson. My favorite of Carson's videos, that holds personal significance to me, is A Little Push, which, if you don't know, was posted 3 years ago.
Oh my God! I forgot all about those stories. Those are also really good.
Yes, and
that's what started the whole Mike and Carson duo.
Yes, it is actually.
And A Little Push is a great story.
Yeah. I'll explain what the story is for those of you that don't know what A Little Push is, which Jord will kindly share in the chat. A Little Push is a story. It's the second story in a four part like series about Mavis. And Mavis is at the works for some damage in the previous story. She sees Rusty, and Rusty's pulling coaches. And Mavis is like, "Aren't you worried about like you'll mess up?" And then Rusty's like, "No, I'm not worried. I can hear Mike's voice like doing Rusty right now." Yeah. I'm not worried.
Channeling your inner Mike.
Yeah, I'm not worried. That was horrible. My God. But Rusty tells a story about
Rusty tells a story about like how Rheneas gave him confidence to pull coaches.
Yeah, and there's a really great scene in there where like the passengers are like, "Wow, Rusty sucks," and then like Rheneas literally stops and he's like, "I'm not going anywhere until people give Rusty the respect he deserves."
Yeah, I love that scene. Like he's literally the I'm about to turn this car around kind of dad.
Yeah, that is a great way to describe him, isn't it? Like how they're literally, like we discussed this last time, they're literally insulting the janitor, and you don't insult the janitor.
No, they're picking on the janitor, and then he's another bit.
To go back to that thing, if like the school or if somebody outside the school insults the janitor, everybody, regardless of whether they're like the older kids, the younger kids, the bullies, the dweebs, the nerds, it doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna roll up their sleeves. They're all like, "All right, buddy, you pushed it over the line."
Janitor is everyone's friend.
Mm. Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, because they do all the shit jobs. Like they literally clean the toilets for you.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I thought of a fan series, which
Hold
isn't
on, hold on.
necessarily a fan
Okay.
series.
Well,
Yeah.
let me get back. We'll get back to that. I'm gonna finish why I like A Little Push so much. The story itself is great, like from a writing perspective, but like it holds personal significance to me because it was what encouraged me to actually start posting stories on Twitter. Like beforehand, I was like, I don't know if I should because I don't know if people will like it or not. And like fittingly, it was A Little Push that gave me that little push to post
Yeah.
to post stories. And I actually tagged Mike, and he was like, man, this is really good. Like 3 years ago, like to like 17-year-old me, that was like, or 18, to like a guy who was just starting out on Twitter, that was like the best thing. I was like, oh my god, this person who I look up to and appreciate and really like their writing actually was like, they like my work too. It was absolutely great, and like that, like, and from there the rest is history basically. It was great. That's why I love A Little Push so much. But back to Jord about his series.
Okay. Not necessarily a Thomas thing, and not necessarily my favorite, but a good one is Crossed Lines. I understand a lot of people have have problems with that, but like, yeah, it's got problems, but it's pretty good. Like,
Care to
In a
elaborate?
similar vein, Jimmy the Ginty.
Yes. No. No one can talk slander on Jimmy the Ginty.
I haven't seen
Jimmy the
it, so I
Ginty is
can't
like
talk
the
anything about it.
non-Thomas series done right.
Jord, you haven't seen a lot of fan content. And I'm ashamed of you.
No. I've seen all the stuff that everybody else seems to forget all the time, but
Like,
like I haven't seen the mainstream stuff because I don't know. My recommended
Have
when I
you
was younger
seen
was
Jimmy the
very
Ginty?
cluttered. But yeah,
Yeah, you've
um,
seen Jimmy the Ginty?
I've heard of it. Who's it by? Sorry.
That's it. It's a good series. It's a good series.
it's by DCG12B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I yeah, but Crossed Lines is pretty good. I don't have much more to say because I very much pulled this one out my ass, but oh well.
Brennan, anything else from you?
I don't have anything. Not off the top of my head. No.
Wow. Am I the only one who did research for it today? My God.
No. I
Hmm.
mean, I did research, but I just went back through my brain.
Hmm. Well, I will continue on. I'll be the fearless leader. Uh, Sorter and WR Steam's The Modernization Trilogy, 1973.
Yeah, no. How did I forget his stuff? His stuff's really
1973.
good as well.
1973 is absolutely amazing.
Best Gordon story the fandom has to offer.
Yes, and a lot of it comes down to Jake, Knapford Harbor, who is an amazing narrator, not just an amazing narrator for Carson's videos, but is the Gordon voice in this fandom. He is
Yeah,
Gordon to me.
he's a really good voice actor overall.
Yeah,
No.
I am Gordon. Stop. But what I particularly
He handed the role over to me.
Hmm?
No, I said old Keithy Wicks. He handed the role over to me.
Yeah.
I'm quoting the end credits to Hunt
Yes.
Henry.
What fun for our friends Henry and James. After all that, you'd think they'd seen a ghost. So good.
Oh.
But back to 1973. What I absolutely adore about it, like, is that if you read like Gordon's debut story in the Railway series, and then you watch this, it's absolutely amazing the arc that he goes through in that time. It's absolutely
Yeah,
amazing how much he's changed. because
But
in his
like
debut,
he's still in character. That's the amazing part to me. It's like he's still in character.
but he's changed so much, and it speaks a lot to the way Audrey wrote these characters throughout the books. It's so because in his first story, Gordon literally he's introduced by being bigger, prouder, and stronger than any other engine, and he's literally his first line is, "Man, Edward, you suck," and like
Basically.
basically, yeah, he basically chastises smaller engines just for being smaller and doesn't give him a chance. Even after Edward proves himself, he doesn't even
I'm
say
better
thank
than
you.
people.
Hmm?
Haha, I'm better than people.
Yeah, Darth Ratbat. We'll talk about him in a moment. But
Yeah, we gotta talk about Rick.
yes. But what I absolutely love about Gordon in 1973 is that he's essentially like he's the same character, but he's a totally different character, all the same from his introduction.
It's weird, but in the best way possible because like he's completely changed, but he's still Gordon.
Yes. And I need to also mention Spencer, which
Oh
I
yeah,
yeah.
one of the best interpretations of Spencer.
Hmm. Yeah. So like I am not a massive fan of Spencer as a character. I think that like there's parts of him that are very much overdone and is tiring. And I was like, I don't think he could fit in the Railway series. I don't think he could because he's a very tired concept. Like in A4, sure, but not his character. But then George, in all of his brilliantness, turned him into like this slimy, like despicable, like villain. And now, like, it literally made him feel like he belonged in the universe, which is very difficult to do for any character. But like the way like he's introduced, like it's clear that like he played off the idea of Gordon and Spencer, where it's like Gordon is literally looking at a younger version of himself, but they play it up to such a degree that it's like, my God, Gordon could this was Gordon, but he learned and
This
he
was
grew.
Gordon, but way, way worse.
Yeah,
This is in reference to the one video with the little shunter, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Chatham.
Adam.
Yeah,
Sorry, I have no clue what the videos are called. I just know like
1973.
pictures.
Yeah.
I just know the pictures in my mind. But yeah, no. When I was watching that video, I remember that scene where Gordon gets into the argument, calls him out on Twitter. Like, yeah,
Goes him out on Twitter.
I remember getting so hyped. I was like, yes, fuck him up, have a brawl, and it was like epic,
I
and it was
know. I
awesome.
was
And
like,
who's going to move me? Gives me chills.
yeah, I was like, ooh, roasted the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I think like speaking about Chatham, I love Chatham. He's such a great little
Oh yeah,
guy.
I want to see a future story with him.
Yes. But like
Yeah.
what's really interesting about it is that he's like Thomas. He wants to see the world, but he's stuck up in a yard dealing with bitter, more jerkish engines. But again, compare Gordon in that book to Gordon now. It's so amazing how different it is and how he actually encourages this character to go out and explore the world around him. And he's like, no, these guys are being jerks and I won't have it. Which is just really crazy to think about. Plus, Michael White does an amazing job voicing him. So, Michael, if you're watching this, good job.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh.
Do we have anything else to comment on it?
Not really.
Not
We've covered all the
really.
bases for me, so.
I want to say this.
I think you covered everything, man.
Actually, no, there's one other part. It's the fact that they actually touched on the fact that most preserved engines can't move.
Or at the time.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
But it's still a
After the time.
yeah, but it's still a very great little thing to include.
Yeah.
George knows how to write a good story.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transitioning to great content completely, like, I mean, like inspired by Thomas, but not directly Thomas. Trouble with Trains.
Trouble with Trains is very good.
I will let Jord take this.
Like I said earlier, Jimmy the Ginty.
Yeah. I will let Jord talk about Trouble with Trains because I know he loves it.
Uh, I love it for the fact that it's like, of course, it's Thomas inspired. Um, but it's like got such a riveting story to it. The first episode is kind of weak, but like oh fuck, what's the guy's name? Turbo J UK plays really well off the fact that it's like a really dumb concept. As he said in the commentary videos, it's just a looper track, and they know it's a looper track, but like he somehow derails the engine on that looper track. It's very good. Um, I like second episode. I don't remember much about it because I just watched like I just watched them like a week ago, and yeah, but oh fuck yeah, the second episode just like shows that the railway's expanding. You know, there's some actual story, and then of course it moves on to the third episode, which is very very good. It sets up this character Max. He's a lazy teenager who doesn't have a job. He doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't work for anything. Um,
Well, that all changes when he turns into a
and that
simp.
all changes when his father forces him to do the railway stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
And he becomes a simp, and that's when he tries his hardest.
no, don't mention fucking Simpson. He tries. He tries. Okay. He tries. He becomes the best. They played the montage music, Cynic. You can't call him a simp.
Well, let's be real. That's why he gets better, is because he wants love.
Like exactly, but he betters himself instead of paying her to like be with him. Anyway, regardless,
Yeah.
he does work it off. In turn, like making his father proud. You know, it's a very good story, and all the references to like other things. Oh, the second episode it has that really good joke with where they go shopping for trains and they can't find 6-volt Lego engines, and
I
they
think
just
it's
go
9
through like
volt.
no 9-volt, whichever. They can't find the electric Lego engines, so they just go through all the engines where it's like wooden, Meccano, Hornby, and then like they just go
L.
through a couple. Yes, no wait, they're like no not that one, and then it cuts to Thomas, and they're like absolutely not.
It's a great
very,
joke.
it's very good.
Yeah. What I love about the second one is my personal favorite. What I love about it is that like it does
I don't
everything
think I've seen all of them, to be honest.
you
Oh, you
have.
gotta
Well, which
watch them
ones
all.
have you seen?
I think I've seen the original,
The
but I
one
don't
that's
think
like
I've seen
9 minutes.
the I think I remember I remember part of the original. I don't think I've seen.
Hmm. What I love about my favorite part about the first one is Dr. Penguin, mad scientist extraordinaire. You're a scientist. Yes, I am. Now shut up. I love the Doomsday Project. It's like it's so surrealist, but it's so funny.
I like that he just took the penguin from Wallace and Gromit, the wrong trousers, and turned it into a proper fully voiced character and gave him a backstory and whatever.
Mhm.
Later on, he didn't do much with him, but oh well, he cameoed.
Wait, was it like a little figurine of
Yeah,
the
it was a
penguin?
little clay figure.
Oh, clay.
Yeah,
I was hoping you'd say it was plastic because I have like this full set of little Wallace and Gromit figurines on my shelf, and one of them is the penguin.
yeah. Of course, it's shaped differently. It's got proper eyes, but oh well.
Yeah, I love the set. Going to the second one, what I love about it is that it does everything that a sequel should do.
Hmm.
It builds the universe. It's longer. It has better writing overall. It feels like there's more stakes, there's more action, there's more crashes, there's more comedy. There's more of everything, really. And the crash, the car, the scene where they switch the car and the
The
Metroliner
car
engines,
and the
and the
Metroliner
guy
engine.
just dies.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
yeah.
And
I
yeah,
like when they try to start the engine up, and it's just like, and it doesn't work.
hmm
It's very good.
Yeah, and then it goes ah, shit, and it just blows up, and
Yeah.
Neon grows eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the second one is very good. It's real funny. It's not super long. It doesn't overstay its welcome, but there's a lot of great stuff in it.
Hmm.
And third one, I have my criticism with it, but it's still like a solid 9 out of 10.
I thought you were gonna say you voiced in it. I was gonna be like, wait.
Well, okay, I have my criticisms with it, but it's still like a 9 out of 10. But speaking of voicing, I just last week I found out that Brennan actually voiced characters in 110th Platoon.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's the
I was
weirdest.
telling.
It's so weird watching it because I can't tell it's you.
Can you guys
Well,
send me a link?
okay,
Because I haven't listened to it yet.
that's because I did this when I was like 13 or 14. So this was before I hit puberty. So I could do a convincing girl voice back then.
Alright, send a link because I want to listen to this now.
Though I was only there for 3 episodes because Lol didn't really know what to do with the character, so she kind of got booted. She got written out, and so then I didn't have anything to do after that.
Hmm.
It would be cool to voice for him again though at some point.
His series is great too.
Yeah, Bitch of the Yard is fun.
Well, 110th Platoon is also great. So
Oh yeah, so is that. And I don't know if any of you remember the Random Railway series before 110th Platoon.
I think maybe.
It was his series. That was the first series he did. And though it was weird because like the main characters kept changing.
Oh.
hmm.
Well.
It really was just like whatever he wanted it to be.
Jord, post
And
a link
I can
to
kind of respect that.
yeah, Jord, post a link to 110th Platoon in chat. There are people that
That's what
want
I
to
asked you to do. I want to listen to Brennan's whole thing.
Well, no, but I can't because I'm streaming it.
110th Platoon.
It's like the first 3 episodes you said.
Yeah, first 3 episodes.
If you got a timestamp, I'll go to the second episode.
Brennan.
I'm the Ivat 2MT character.
I don't know what that looks like, dude. I'm sorry.
Jord, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure there's a character like that in Jimmy the Ginty, but you haven't seen that, so
Yep. No, I don't think I'd know anyway, because, you know, I do keep up with, like, engine specs, but only the ones that I care about.
so only the narrow gauge guys.
Not really, no. Like, of course there's a top side, but oh well. Oh my god, speaking of top side, I still haven't written, like, a Bible for the series. So it's just like all in my head and nobody really understands where it's going or what's happening with it right now. And at the moment I can't do shit with it because like we're all in quarantine and I don't have any space to film. But yeah.
Well, you're filming your other thing right now, though, so
Parts of it, yeah. The parts I can do anyway. But yeah. Yeah, I'm doing that.
yeah.
So did you listen to the episode or did you listen to my voice?
I'm looking through.
If you don't have episode
Yeah,
3,
just wait until you'll probably know when it comes up.
Wait, episode 3, have you got a timestamp?
it's like the major visits. It's like
Actually, I think I speak the most in episode 2. So watch episode 2.
Back to episode 2 I go then. Alright, skip the intro.
Episode 2, Jerry's.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
She's a part of these plan. She's a part of this plan to catch some spies.
yeah.
So like, I think I speak the most in that episode.
Hmm.
Episode 1 is just exposition. Episode 3, I'm only like a bit part, and then yeah. So I think I speak the most in episode 2.
Okay.
But back to non like Thomas related fan content. like we said, we mentioned Jimmy the Ginty, but I think we should talk about it more in detail because it is a genuinely well written series.
Yeah, it makes reference to a lot of like real life railway things, but it's not like Christopher
Yes, I was
Audrey
about to say
type
it is
shit.
Chris Audrey done right.
Yeah, but it's like it's actually good.
Is it
It
this
incorporates
character?
real like I said, it incorporates like real railway shit, but like in a good way. Like there's an arc about like the two Black Five characters don't like the standard five character because they see him as like a Black Five wannabe. And then like there's like a whole arc about them like trying to overcome their bias. And like it's really good.
Hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about now.
Jord,
Jimmy the
it's
Ginty. Is it the one with the oh shit? Is it the one with the really simple Hornby models with the paper faces?
yes,
And then
Yes.
there's a
that's
lot of like Mighty Mark use. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yes,
saw one
that's
episode about
Jimmy the
that. Yeah,
Ginger.
yeah. I
You
think.
seen that?
I've seen one episode.
Hmm,
But anyway, check in chat. Is it
yeah.
okay? It's that character.
Hmm.
Which character?
The one
Hold
in
on,
chat. I was just
I'm
asking
not
if it
looking
was
in the
that
chat.
one.
I gotta look. Yes, that's me. That would be me.
But I think
So yeah,
my
that was like 14-year-old me.
Okay, hang on. Let me turn up the volume because I can only barely hear it.
But while we're waiting for Jord, my favorite series of episodes from the Jimmy the Ginty series is the Horich saga.
Oh yeah, where he like goes on a journey to crew.
Not only that, but also like his introduction, the standoff, and yeah, him going to find Fred, the 4F.
Holy shit, Brendan, that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
We gotta link it in the chat.
Okay, I'll timestamp it too. Hang on.
I remember like because I watched it and the first time, and I was like, oh, he got a girl to voice it. That's good. And then I found out it's Brennan. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I still remember what Lol said to me when he heard my audition. He was like, "Oh bloody hell, you're good. You're hired."
Can you do it now?
Oh hell no. Dude, my balls dropped a long time ago. I don't think I can still do that voice.
I remember fucking one day I woke up and then my voice was cracking all day and I was like, God damn, what's happening? I thought I was sick. And then like it's throughout the day it slowly like dawned on me what was happening and I was like, oh god, no. And then like after like it fully happened, you know, I couldn't do certain voices like oh fuck, what's one I used to do a lot? I used to do Eric Cartman from South Park a lot, but I can't do it now. It was too high pitched, but I remember I used to be really good at it. But yeah, fucking, I hate it when that shit happens. When you're good at something and then
Yeah.
nobody hits and
Yeah.
you're like, damn.
I mean, well, yeah, I wouldn't have been able I mean like I would have been able to I would have only even if I hadn't been written out of the series, I would have only been able to keep it up for so long. Eventually puberty would have caught up with me eventually.
Yeah, just one one episode your voice cracks and then people are like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, it was a guy the whole time.
Hmm. But if you were to ask, like I said, yeah, my favorite series of episodes from Jimmy Ginty is the Horich Saga, because he's a cool character. His arc is really good, and like him trying to go save Fred is really cool. Those series of episodes is awesome because like there's actual stakes,
Mm.
and the ending is really nice too. But in terms of individual stories, either John's Comeuppance or Jimmy and Patty. John's Comeuppance, as simple as it sounds, but it's very, very well written. Jimmy and Patty, basically, like, Jimmy gets replaced, and he feels jealous, and it's a very great story about that.
It reminds me a lot of Thomas and Stepney.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, one of my favorites is Seen But Not Heard.
Oh yeah,
The
the
one about
Station Master.
the one
Yeah.
about the grumpy station master.
Hmm. Oh, how could we forget? Engine 17.
Oh yeah, Engine 17 is great. It's a great Halloween special.
Hmm.
And there's one other one. I was just thinking of it, but I forgot. There's one that I always come back to. Oh, January Blues. That's another one of my favorites.
The one with the Dalek reference.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's really great too.
Hey, what do you know it? We're all talking about Jimmy the Ginty, and YouTube just conveniently recommended it to me. Wow.
Hmm.
I
But
didn't even search it up.
Stop spying on good fuck's sake, FBI. Stop spying on us.
Hmm.
God.
They are listening. They are listening to us.
Yeah.
Hmm. What other great fan videos are there? Let me think. Cause there's a lot of great stuff out there. We mentioned Carson, we mentioned George, we mentioned Dan. George, and Carson, I think, are really the best of their work. They're so good. But, George, do you have any other favorites?
I think you've got them all covered. Oh shit. Yeah, just all the ones we've mentioned so far, I suppose, because I can't remember anything else really.
Brandon?
I had
Yeah,
it all in my head and I forgot.
I'm running out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
So, what about underrated or like underappreciated fan content?
I have to think about that.
Because I think one example that stands to mind, at least for me, is Thomas 1 Edward 2 Henry 3's fan series. Like I understand like it's a little bit like unrealistic and like some of the older stuff is not that good. I still
It's
think it
okay.
yeah, I still think it's pretty decent. Like he wrapped it up back in when was it? Like back in September?
I didn't watch the finale, but I like because like I don't know, I just didn't feel like it,
Hmm.
and I still don't. But
It's pretty good.
his individual stories they're all right.
Yeah.
We were talking about Timothy earlier. I like his interpretation of Timothy, where it's just a story Thomas and Percy made up.
Yeah. Yeah, like I understand what
And
people
then
say when like most of
Toby
his
uses it to scare them both.
Hmm?
And then Toby uses the story to scare them both.
yeah. Like don't get me wrong, not all of his stories are good. There's a lot of stories that are just like, man, this seems really tired. And there's some bits of writing that just feel awkward. But there's some great stuff in there. Like his ghost stories are really really good. Like
The
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 eyes,
eyes is really good.
yeah. Oh, speaking of ghost stories, I'm surprised we haven't mentioned this yet. Shunter Productions.
Oh yeah, Shunter Productions. His stuff is good.
His ghost stories are so good. I
Ballyhoo Manor is a classic.
Ballyhoo Manor, like as a kid, when I watched that, I don't know when was it posted, but I was like in high school, and it gave me chills first time I watched it.
This isn't really related to fan content, but please just look in the chat.
All right,
Not the stream chat, the Discord chat.
really, really, Jord?
He just fell to the fucking stairs.
Here, hold on.
My homie Big Slime. The look of the stain on his face. Bro.
Can you put that up on the
Utter-
screen?
I did.
Put
It's
that up
already
on the
it's
screen.
up.
Utter disappointment.
Slime.
It's so good. Big slime.
Big Slime. He fell through the
Big
stairs.
line.
Hmm. Does anyone remember the War on Sodor trailer?
War on Sodor. I don't remember
Yeah,
War. I
remember
remember a lot
it.
of War stories happening, but I
It
don't
wasn't.
remember
It
War on
never got made. It
Sodor.
was just a trailer, but it got
Oh.
everyone so hyped.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was by
All it makes
Sketchy.
me think of is those rumors about like a World War II movie starring Thomas.
I
Does
think
anybody remember when the engine split?
yes.
That was a
Maybe.
weird movie.
Hmm. Yeah, no, but it was really good. Like it was very
I
ambitious
haven't
for what
seen
it
it
was
in
trying to do.
ages, but like, it's an interesting idea
Yeah.
that
Hmm.
the engines just like they just get tired of each other and they just fucking leave.
It sounds so funny when you word it like
It,
that.
honestly, it could be a comedy thing.
Yeah. But as a drama, it still works pretty decently for what it is.
Yeah, and then they all eventually start to miss each other.
Yeah. What other fan con? Thomas Fan 8, Jeopardy. Does anyone else remember Jeopardy?
I
Yeah,
remember Jeopardy. I did. I watched them all out of order, so it was very confusing to me. So, yeah.
Yeah, but Jeopardy is awesome.
Yeah.
There's
It's very good. I rewatched it and I understand now.
yeah. It still does hold up very well to this day. The Fetcher.
Not so much the animation, but like it's a good story, I
Well, yeah.
suppose.
Then there's Christmas Disaster.
which
Uh,
we watched together.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one. No, I mean I've definitely seen it before, but like, you
Hmm.
know,
You don't remember it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it.
Speaking of Christmas stuff, the Christmas Engines by George.
Oh yeah,
That one is really good. I'm a sucker for the last story because Edward is my favorite character, and it's just really nice to see him in a role like that, like a fatherly role to everybody, like not, I mean, not so much father, but like a station master type role, which is really good. Jord, what fan content have you seen? Because you don't think I don't think you've seen nearly as much as we have.
No, I've seen them. I just forgot, dude.
Well, okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, which ones do you know that we don't?
Ugh,
That we haven't
what do
brought
I
up?
know that you don't?
A lot.
Ugh, oof. I don't know. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh my. Ugh. Oh, relax. Hmm. Right now, it would be great if we get Mike's.
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
I'll be surprised if that actually fooled somebody in chat. Yeah.
Actually, kind of a serious, not serious, but like kind of like a real question. Do Michael White's stories count as glorified fan content?
Not really. He worked
Not
for the
really,
show,
no,
so.
in the actual show.
Yeah, I guess
Hmm.
that's true. But he does make great models too.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Also, question: do the Unlucky Tud's thoughts on do they count as fan content?
Yeah.
It's content. He's a fan. Uh,
Well, not anymore, but
what? What do you mean not anymore?
well,
He's
I mean
doing streams.
of the new stuff. I mean, but
Eh,
hmm.
I don't think. Really, I don't think anybody is.
Yeah. But yeah, his thoughts on are really good for what they are. Very well edited. they get a lot of good they get a lot of good points across. Even if you don't like them, you have to like admire the fact that like he put so much effort into them.
Hmm.
Hmm. I'm surprised I'm the only one that seems to think that.
Eh.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. The reputation of the Unlucky Tug's kind of just tainted by the fact that everybody took his word for gospel. But
I mean, that's not really his fault though.
yeah, but that's not his fault. But you can't pretend like it doesn't have an impact. That's what I say about like say you recommended a series constantly and it's like built up to be this massive like giant thing, and then you watch it, it's just like, oh. That's why I didn't watch Breaking Bad. That's why I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Exactly.
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 And
Like,
that's why I
people-
stopped watching
like,
Rick and
like,
Morty.
yeah, and
I've
it's like,
never seen any of those three
I'm
shows.
sorry. I just like I don't know why, but like when people tell me to watch a series, it makes me not want.
Mm. It's like when you're gonna do the dishes, but your mother's like, okay, do the dishes, and you're just sitting there like, well, now I'm not gonna fucking do it.
It's like that Pingu meme. Well, now I am not doing it. But like, I mean, but like even when I do try to watch it, even like because like I've been recommended series before and I've like tried to watch it, but it's just like I can't get into it.
Yeah, I remember somebody recommended She-Ra to me. I tried watching.
She-Ra's good. She-Ra's good.
I tried watching it. It's really not my thing, but they kept telling me to watch it, and it's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I've tried to watch stuff my brothers recommended me, like That 70s Show, South Park, Rick and Morty. I've tried to watch them. Like they're okay, but
Hmm.
it's just like it's not like something I'm gonna actively seek out to
Yeah.
watch.
Hmm.
It like either something really grabs me or it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But
Um.
moving aside from videos, because I feel like that is a lot of the fan content, but it isn't all of it. What would you guys say is your favorite non-video like fan content, like art or music or like whatever?
Ooh. Um.
In terms of music, anything Isaiah puts out.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
Isaiah made great
Anything
stuff.
Carson puts out. Anything Ace of Trains puts out.
I very much like Mike's models. I like the little the Erdl things he does.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh. Ooh. What else?
Hmm. Oh well, if we're talking about non-video fan content, we gotta talk about Henry, right?
We
Oh
gotta
yeah,
talk about what? Sorry.
We gotta talk about Henry, right?
Yeah. Um.
Of course, her AU.
Yeah.
Her AU is wonderful.
Hmm.
Yes.
It wasn't really my thing at first, to be honest. I remember seeing like,
Yeah. Same
ironically
here,
enough,
but
I
I
saw
grew up
Edward and
on it.
James, and I was like, eh. I mean, it's not hurting me, so I might as well just not look at it. But now, of course, like, it's
Yeah,
what kickstarted
it wasn't my
the
thing.
Edward and James
It
the
wasn't my
series.
thing at first, but it's definitely grown on me.
Yeah. I think what I've realized is that like shipping the actual characters is not my thing because it's really complicated in how that works in universe. But like if you want to do humans, go right ahead.
Yeah. Uh, like trains. I don't get it, dude. I'm sorry. No, that's weird to me. I'm sorry. But humans, yeah, no, fuck it. Who cares? They're humans. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Henry
Uh,
makes a lot of great stuff. And y'all should follow her on Twitter right now at Sleepy Henry. After you follow each of us, at Cynic on Rails, at Jord CEO, and at the Red Gin
no,
Table.
it's not at Jord CEO. They're gonna be sent to the wrong guy. It's Jord _CEO.
All right, type it in the chat.
God.
If you really want to, type it in chat.
I think most people know who I am anyway. I'm very popular, as you can probably tell.
Yes, this was the guy who got his start by throwing a bottle.
Yeah. What? No, 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 no. I had stuff before that, but I deleted it all. And I don't think many people remember it.
Now it's lost media.
It's yeah.
Just like our
It's
second stream, just like our podcast and our second Henry stream.
we made up for the podcast. We can move on from that cynic. Anyway.
Yeah. Anything from you, Brennan?
Um. Uh, mm, I not that I can think of at the moment.
Huh. Bummer.
I feel like we've exhausted fan content. I'm running out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't help that I forgot everything that I was gonna say anyway. So
I mean,
I will do that.
I will mention one other piece of fan content. You probably, most of you who are watching probably don't know her. Avengers Nerd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Most known for doing fan art of Henry's fan art, which is still really good, by the way.
Just really good art in general. Go follow them on Twitter.
Yeah, follow her at SDSDragonair on Twitter.
Hold on, I'll post it in chat. Wait.
Yes, go ahead.
There.
Yeah.
Where's Mike then?
Mike is making gold dust.
Yeah, we need more. Hold on. Wait.
We need more. We need him on so we have more input.
Yeah, I mean, wherever Mike is, he's either trying to find the windmill or he's trying to make more gold dust. Well, now he's completely lost his sense of direction.
Oh well. Thomas is trending in Wales. What? What's going on? Oh my god. Oh wait, no, it's just because I follow these people. Okay. No, I got excited because the first few posts were Thomas related.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I'll ask this one in terms of fan content. What is your favorite video favorite fan content for your favorite character, and why?
I don't know if I would say this is my absolute favorite, but it's a good one. King of the Road by Parva Production.
Yeah, yeah, by Charlie. Charlie.
His stuff is good.
Yes.
It's a shame. It's a shame he only has like 2 videos, but
Yeah. We're far too really useful. I love that line. It's such a Percy line. Jord, what about you?
For my favorite character.
You can also, because I know you love them, you can also talk about fan content about the narrow gauge engines.
Yes, but that's not all I like. I like other things.
Yeah. Harumph.
Well, I don't know, because like a lot of narrow gauge engines fan content tries to change it into something it's not, which is like little Welsh trains going on little Welsh adventures, and then they like Americanize it way too much. Like not just like call-in voices or whatever. I can deal with that. Like just straight up Americans. It's so hurtful and problematic, and I'm gonna cancel everybody on Twitter who does it. Joke. I'm kidding, but yeah, I don't know.
well, in that case, I'm gonna go make a fan series based around those guys and call it Those American Trains.
No, stop it, bad. If you want the honest answer, every story I've written in my head, but that's not on paper yet.
Wait,
So
wait, what kind like? Can you give me an example of like the kind of stuff you're talking about? Because like I need a frame of reference.
what, like the American Scarloey stuff?
Yeah, that what? Yeah, what do you mean?
Now I don't want to call specific people out on stream, so I'll generalize it as best I can. Those essentially like Edward and James, where the characters are so like flanderized, and they, it's little model train, not model trains, little toys like Oodle or Wooden Railway, and they're just handheld, but they flanderize the characters so much that it's like, oh damn, they're not even the character anymore. Yeah, just those ones I don't like.
When the stream is over, you'll have to show me because like I still don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Okay, all right. Yeah, no, I don't have a favorite because every piece of fan content differs tremendously. It's a very mixed bag and I can't choose one.
In the meantime, I'm gonna go on Paint and draw. I'm gonna draw the narrow gauge engines as best I can with a mouse.
Yes, and we will share it at the end of the stream. And speaking of art, we actually had fan art,
Yeah.
our first piece of fan art, which I will share with the stream. You may all know that I'm.
Wait, really? Are
Yeah,
you talking
here.
about the Conductor owner logo?
No, not that. Hold on a sec. Let me pull it up real quick.
My homie Big Slimes fell through the stairs.
Big slime.
I'm looking at it again.
My homie Big Slime fell through the stairs, bro.
Apparently, the image is too large to share, so you guys are just gonna have to look at the Twitch page. But there it is. This is Jord screaming into the bowl, drawn by.
Oh, yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
Throwback
I
to episode 1, which was like a week ago, so it's not really a throwback.
It's up on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. But
screaming into the bowl.
yeah, this is our first piece of fan art, ladies and gentlemen, drawn by the wonderful Avengers nerd Sacred Dragonair. Follow her on Twitter, which Jord posted in chat. So I expect to have her get past 40 followers today, and that's an order.
Yeah.
That is an order. But
oh fuck.
I think my favorite piece of fan content we already mentioned Gordon, which is 1973. In terms of Edward, Christmas Engines is really good. Edward Tells a Lie is great. As is The Tree and Me. Basically, anything Dan makes with Edward, I love it. Because Dan understands a character so well. And in terms of Toby, well, I have to mention this that I'm surprised we haven't mentioned yet. Tobias and the Half Pariah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's.
I love the silence and then just the, oh yeah.
Yeah, let's like talk about that
I
for a
kind of
bit.
forgot about that.
I'll talk a little bit about it, but after that I don't have anything to talk about. My brain is like gone.
I'm trying to make shitty MS Paint art.
So I'll carry the stream for now. It was very strange. I remember that when it first came out.
I remember liking it.
I remember when it first came out, I watched it, I didn't understand it, I was like, this is too long, I can't watch it. Yeah,
It is
but
very long though. I will say that.
it's long, and it really depends on the person watching, because I'd say it's very niche. Like, to like have a serious story about Thomas. Well,
wait,
it's niche now.
Talk about the little Westerner. That's.
Well, we'll get into that.
That.
There's a lot of movie. There's a fair amount of movies that we can talk about. We'll get to that one after this one.
Yeah. But oh yeah, I watched the entire thing on a movie night.
Actually,
and
I'm using
And I had
PNGs.
to watch it about 6 other times to understand the plot fully.
Really?
Because yeah, and there was also that really weird part in the flashback when Montague or whatever his name is, he's telling the story of how Toby like got to Sodor or whatever, or got to where he was in East Anglia, and like there's that really weird editing bit, and I thought, oh, is that like a dream thing, or is that like, you know, or whatever.
What
I
bit?
will
I don't
say
know.
it is pretty
It's
weird at parts.
yeah, it's very strange.
What weird bit are you talking about?
It's like the flashback when it's like
When he's talking about
the
how
diesel.
Toby crashed into him, I
Yeah,
think, and then it's like they're inside the workshop.
Yeah,
and it pans up, but then there's like a second screen, and I thought, wait a minute, what?
it's a mirror.
Was it though?
Yeah, and
Hang
it's
on,
the
let me
one
look.
where Montague like realizes like that he's been put in a tank engine's body. Is that what you're referring to?
See. I don't know. I'll just look through it. I'll get the screenshot.
Yeah, it's like about
I'll
an
tell you
hour in
what
though.
about it.
Yeah, I really liked it when it came out because it was kind of like a territory that fan content hadn't really tapped into yet, and like I appreciate the fact that like it was. Let's be real, it's kind of a ridiculous idea, but it's pulled off in what I think is a pretty good way. You have to kind of like you have to suspend your disbelief when you watch it, which is important. And like yes, I understand that there's a lot of people that are like, well, this sort of drama stuff doesn't fit the franchise at all. But like I accept it for what it is, just a piece of fan content that was trying to do something new. And I like it for what it is. I got a kick out of it when it came out. And I want to say it inspired a lot of people to do similar things with their series.
Mm.
But it's still, for me, anyways, it still holds up. I get it. I enjoy watching it. But Brennan, what are your thoughts on it?
I haven't seen it in a while, but it was really cool when I first saw it and when it came out. It was entertaining. I can't say what my thoughts on it are currently because I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember liking it.
Okay, I see what you mean by the mirror thing, but it still looked very weird the first time I
Yeah, no,
watched it.
it took me a bit to realize what it was too.
Didn't help with the jitteriness, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, this was made in 2014, 15,
14.
14.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that it just looked weird to me. But no, I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Dark Thomas. Dark Thomas is an interesting path to take, but you really, really gotta like either build your own universe or have a really good fucking explanation as to why everything's dark.
Like Dark Times.
Is Dark Times the one with the austerity?
No, Dark Times is the original by Richard Jordan. The one where Henry dies.
Oh, yeah.
The one with Alfred. The one with Alfred.
Yeah, the one with Alfred, I don't think it holds up, and I'm glad they're remaking it.
I'm gonna be honest, yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah, it doesn't really hold up for me.
Yeah, I
But
mean, yeah, it hasn't aged well, but I appreciate it for what it did.
I'm
And then the one with the austerity is I used to like it, but like
Darkest Days.
yeah, Darkest Days. I used to like it, but not so much anymore because it's just like it's too edgy. Too edgy.
But yeah, unless you have a really good fucking explanation as to why everything's grim and dark and whatever, like I can't really watch stuff like that anymore. I used to care about it when I was younger, but it doesn't fit to me.
Don't you know that all you need to make dark content is to have like everyone swear, have Edward say the F word, and that'll just seal the deal. Have it be said in World War II. Have everyone swear, say the F word, and have everyone die. That's how you make dark content.
And have them go to Auschwitz.
No,
But
don't have them go to Auschwitz. That's the outsiders' view of Thomas. That's what the outsiders do. That's their new like it was time for Thomas to leave.
Yeah,
I know the video you're talking about.
I was talking about the stories of Sodor, but like,
yeah,
Oh.
you're right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Because they
forgot about
literally
that one.
or
Yeah.
not, or maybe it wasn't Auschwitz, but like it was like
yeah. No,
a
it was.
concentration
No, it
camp.
was.
I
It was
remember a
it was
series.
Auschwitz?
Yeah, it was. And it
I
was
remember
called
a
Shed
series that
17.
Percy die.
What
Um
what series?
I remember there was a series that had Percy die for like no reason.
What happened in it?
I I don't know because like a friend, I won't mention his name, but a friend like showed it to me, and I was like, "Really? Why? What was the point?" And
Oh,
it
I know
like
what you're talking about. I think you're referring to Milk Tanker Media.
Oh
that definitely
yeah,
does ring a bell.
Was it Wooden?
I
Yeah,
remember Milk
Yes.
Tanker Media. Yeah, he does have Percy die, I think.
Yeah.
yeah. But I remember watching that one clip, and I was like, "Well, that was entirely preventable. Why did he have to die?" Um, but,
Fate has its ways, I guess.
eh. I remember. Um. Oh, music choices in Thomas videos really need to like get tightened up. Or like they're getting better. Like because people are doing Thomas versions of certain songs inspired by Carson's videos, but like they really need to get tightened up because I still watch Thomas videos with pop songs in them, and it's like it really doesn't fit. Um, like the tone of the series, um, tone of the series will be like regular ass Thomas content, and then all of a sudden it'll just have like Ed Sheeran in the background or something. Yeah, no, it just annoys the fuck out of me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm losing my mind because I'm looking for something to watch. Something Thomas related to watch, and I just keep running into the same things
Yeah.
over and over and over again.
Speaking of movies, like Brennan mentioned, Little Westerner.
Yeah,
For those that don't know, it was originally supposed to be released as a much longer movie called
yeah,
Rails to Salvation, but the project was scrapped, I think, because the software kept screwing up and like they just didn't want to deal with it. I could be wrong,
hmm.
but for this is Scotsman Returns, by the way, and he's not in the fandom anymore. But for his last video, he released a shortened cut of Rails to Salvation called Little Westerner. It's more or less the same story up to before Oliver leaves.
Don't see Oliver's escape.
Yes.
It's the movie is all about what inspired Oliver to escape in the first
Yeah,
place.
and
Yeah.
that was Agenty, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's not. It wasn't Agenty. It was the Ginty that visited Sodor and met Thomas.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
And spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Everybody cover your ears for the next 5 seconds.
Yeah, spoiler warning, 3, 2, 1, there it is. Ginty at the very end, like, because Toad, in this one, Toad starts out as Ginty's brake van. And they spend a few days with Oliver on Oliver's line. And
Ginty
then,
dies.
well, no, it's implied. In the movie itself, it's implied. But we never actually get a confirmation.
He dies. The diesel that's like there to replace Oliver kills him, basically.
Yeah, and Toad
survives,
gets like
and then
Toad.
Oliver gets Toad.
Yeah, Toad gets a crap beaten out of him, basically.
yeah.
which is weird because how do you throw punches as an engine?
Eh.
And I remember,
Well,
like,
well.
there was a deleted, there's a shot of a deleted scene, which, for those of you who've seen the movie, Jinty has a picture of his time on Sodor on his tanks, on one of his tanks. It has him and Thomas, and Stotsman Returns posted a deleted shot from the movie where the picture is torn in half, and the half of the picture with Jinty in it is like gone. So no, I think it's very heavily implied that he is dead.
Oh, I remember when that happened, dude. I remember, yeah, Scotsman Returns posted that image, and everybody was freaking the fuck out, and I was like, wait, what is this? Why? It's a picture of Thomas ripped in half. Like, what's wrong? And that's how I found out about the film. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll look into it. And I remember the night I watched it, and it like kind of when that scene showed up of Jinty explaining like his time on Sodo, it started to set in. I was like, oh no, and it like set the fucking. I was like, damn, I understand now. And then like yeah, I understood why Twitter was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
if I may be honest about it,
Ow.
like I feel
Oh.
like that post-credit scene.
Oh,
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Sorry. As soon as I finished work, I started up my computer, and it was like, Windows is updating.
Oh no.
How long
Of
was it
course.
updating?
It was probably a good, like, half hour.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god.
Yeah, I
Well-
thought it was going to be sooner, and, like, oh, yeah. So,
Oh
sorry
my-
I'm late.
Yeah, but he's
It's
here,
fine.
ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Mike's here. Yay!
Hello.
You came in at the right time because we were running out of things to say.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
never fear. The buried truck is here.
Yes, you were finally back
Yeah.
from finding the windmill.
So
I'm at the windmill. How
okay,
kind of
so let's go back to weird fan content. So that's like that's the first
Yeah.
thing we talk
Yeah,
about. What is the
so
weirdest piece of Thomas fan content you've ever seen?
So I'm curious. What did you guys pick as
we picked.
I chose nothing. I forgot everything I was going to say.
your? Okay.
Okay, well-
I chose Bread and Butter presents The Void by Busted
Mhm.
Buffers.
I
Okay.
chose Tovis, the YouTube poop where Thomas grows feet.
Nice, very nice.
Yes.
Were we only picking one weird video?
We talked about a lot of
I
weird
mean,
stuff.
Yeah.
You can talk about more than one, but like
Okay.
these are like our main ones. These are like the main ones we want to talk about.
Okay.
You can pick a few. You can pick a few.
I do have a few. I picked 3 weird ones and 3 good ones. So,
Okay.
so for the weird ones, we'll start off with one that I think it's super weird, but it's actually good. Well, I shouldn't say that. They're all good, but it would be Percy's Kafka Dream by Enterprising Engines.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. About
Which
that
is
video.
for our audience who doesn't know which one that is. That's the one where Matt based that one off Metamorphosis by Kafka,
Franz Kafka.
which is a very very odd piece of writing. And Percy wakes up as a caterpillar.
Green caterpillar with red stripes.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's just like it's so out there, but it's done in a way that like it's faithful to the original, but it also has like Matt's own personal spin on it. And just like it takes a certain kind of madness to make that story into something Thomas related and make it actually work.
Matt has a license to be mad.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone can do it, it's Matt. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, just like I don't know, just the way that he structured it, like the narration is so foreboding, and like the
Morose.
whole first minute, which is basically this gross caterpillar thing that Percy has become, trying to just like work its way onto its legs so it can actually move. It's just
God.
it's dark and it's hilarious at the same time. So
This sounds very, very trippy.
if you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. Like it's
Oh,
very.
God.
Oh,
I'll
just
stick it in my queue.
That reminds me. James goes on a trip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was
By,
bonkers.
which is also by Matt.
You know what else is by him? James goes on a streak.
Yep,
Oh.
that's true.
The only
Is that the one with the wood models?
the nudist colony, yes, that too.
So good, man. Oh man.
Oh.
I just realized I made it a personal rule when I picked these. Like I wanted to pick ones that I wasn't involved in, and I just realized I voiced the one line of dialogue that Henry speaks in Percy's Kafka Dream. So sorry, cheating a little bit.
Eh,
But what can you do? Number 2, I have to go with one for my boy Carson. Little Blue Hell, of course, is like.
Oh yeah, obviously.
It is such a.
Oh.
Carson's brain is really wonderful. He obviously can like produce the hell out of like classic Thomas style stuff. There's no doubt about that, but he just totally cut loose for Little Blue Hell. And I should say everything leading up to Little Blue Hell, like the Helping Hero adaptation, his little videos of like the Demon Thomas on Sodor thing. But Little Blue Hell was just like a whole other level of insanity.
I want to talk about this for a sec. What is that? Do you know if there was like an actual outline for the story? Because I try to piece it together, and I can't at all.
I legit had no part in any of those videos. Like I know them only from a spectator standpoint.
Oh God.
I'm kind of confused by the story too. I just all I can gather is just that like Demon Thomas, he basically owns Sodor now. He stole everybody's soul.
Essentially. Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
And now
that's right.
They're all just in hell now.
Yes. Absolutely.
Basically, that's all I can piece together.
Yeah.
It's so weird in that like you start out watching it feeling totally like disoriented and almost sad in a way, because it's like it starts out with like Percy and James hiding from Demon Thomas, and then like it snaps back to real Thomas and like him basically going into the void. And it's like I distinctly remember like being afraid and then like bursting out into laughter when he's at the docks and you hear these giant whistles, and all of a sudden like the old SI3D models of Rex and Mike come roaring around the bend, pulling the full-size express coaches.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the song, the "We Make a Team Together" parody that he does in it. It's just like it's a real tour de force of like you want to be sad, but you also gotta laugh, and you're also kind of scared. Like it really puts you through the emotional ringer, Like it's just. I really don't know how he did it, and I need to pick his brain on it more, because like I wasn't involved with writing stuff for him, like specifically for his videos at that point. But I've always wanted to know more about it, so maybe I'll have to do that later.
yes.
I know that basically all of those videos where he does like the Demon Thomas thing, they all basically spawned from a Super Bowl bet that went wrong.
What?
And so like yeah,
Really?
so basically, yeah, like if I'm getting my story correctly, the first one that he did was there was the Wonky Whistle remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And that's because like the team he bet on for the Super Bowl that year, they lost it, so he did that. And then
There was Helping Hero.
I think it was
right?
the same thing next year with Helping Hero. Yeah, he did that, and like that's when it really started to get weird. And then he's just like, "No, I'm gonna do Little Blue Hell." So, oh man, it's so good, so good. And then the third one, which is really kind of a cop out, it's really anything by Cactus Random Numbers guy from YouTube from early in the day.
God. I wanted to. Oh my! Thank you for reminding me, because I was gonna talk about that guy, but I completely forgot.
He's one of those dudes that like he's still around. Like he still posts videos of like Bachmann models and shit. But
yeah,
his stories from
he doesn't do the series anymore.
yeah,
And
yeah.
because like even he after a lot of time he's like, yeah, this is getting stale.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, you could pick any of those videos really, but the one with like the Dutchman.
Dude had a wild series.
Oh yeah, yeah. He like no holds
remember when
bar.
Henry wasn't Henry?
Yep. Remember Bertram's episodes?
And then like Mallard was like a scheme supremacist.
Yep.
But she was like behind like she was just the puppet, and then behind it was like a pannier tank.
Mm-hmm.
He was like one of Duck's brothers, and
yeah,
he
exactly.
was really he was the master behind the operation.
Oh yeah, I mean the one that still gets me is the one with the Dutchman, and like the witch engine. Like, oh my god,
that's so weird.
I remember seeing that for the first time when I like started watching fandom videos.
Yo, remember when Atlas committed manslaughter?
You killed my driver, and now I'm gonna kill you. So good. Oh my god.
Yeah,
so,
it's so bizarre and outlandish, but it's very nostalgic.
It's very nostalgic. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Like he's one of the top nostalgia dudes for me. So
you know what I'm surprised in terms of weird content that we didn't mention? Toby and the Milk.
Well, I mean,
I don't know if I would call that one weird. I mean, I guess you could, but like,
I mean, by definition, it's weird. But
wow,
yeah,
we truly live in a time.
Zap Brannigan Harvey. He rears his full head there.
Man,
I still want to hear the full uncut audio someday.
Everyone go bully Aiden Riddy Ronan on Twitter and tell him to release the full uncut audio. Because I really wish he had made the video on the uncut audio with everybody laughing, because I was like, I told him like you should have the engines like looking up to the sky as if they're looking at the editor or something with angry faces and be like, come on with this shit. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, we were having a riot recording that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
this
good.
I guess this kind of counts. Does anyone remember when Carson did a reading of that Thomas and Rosie fanfic, like the smut one?
I don't remember that, but I remember reading the story.
I wish to forget that.
That was one of my favorite like pieces of fan content at the time, because Carson's reading of it is just so fucking funny.
Oh god.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that one.
Normally you'd be disgusted by it, but with Carson and all of his friends reading it, it just makes it so much better.
Carson reading anything is really funny. He has a way of doing that.
Hey guys, guess what's in the chat right after we've talked about it? And I haven't searched anything up to like prompt this.
Cactus?
It's the Little Westerner.
Oh, there we go.
That they are spying on us. They are spying on us.
Hey, FBI, I'll find you.
They've already found you.
All right, cool. That just makes my search
one up on you.
That makes my search even easier.
Yes, but that's for weird content. Now on to the good stuff.
Okay, so I do have three.
Let's go on my YouTube recommended. Let's see if anything pops up from anything.
Yeah.
Pops up for me that we talked
Oh yeah,
about.
see if that comes up. So for good ones, I do have three I definitely want to talk about. The first one is from our good friend Max Terrier 55 Stepney. The one I chose, you could really choose any of Max's stuff because it's all so good, but I chose Stationary.
Yeah.
Just because.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm always excited to see a new video from Max, but there's something about when he does narrow gauge stuff that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna love this one 100%, and I know it without even watching it.
Yeah.
Stationary is just such like a it's a fantastic story in its own right, but the way that he wrote Sir Handel is just it so perfectly encapsulates the character. Like, there's a line at the start where Rheneas and Skarloey are like, why are you complaining? It seems like that's all you and Duncan ever do. And he's like, no, no, no. Duncan moans about everything. I have actual grievances. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like such a Sir Handel thing to say that like, you know, him and Duncan are the same sort of character, but he's like, no, 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 we're completely different. He's a moaner. I have legitimate complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The accident itself is really unique. Just, I mean, of course, part of it comes from Hayden's Sir Handel performance. That really adds to the writing and brings it to life. But just, I mean, in general, like, it's such a well-written video, very visually well done too. It was a real toss-up between that one and Rheneas Cabs' Fear, but I think ultimately it's the humor of this one that kind of keeps me coming back to it. Yeah, so that's my pick for a Max video. What was the next one I wanted to talk about? Oh, another narrow gauge one, more of a recent one, by GW Shunter is Yuletide Fires. Again, like the contrast between Duncan and Sir Handel. It's like a long form classic series story. It's beautifully shot. It's got narration from the Kipper Runs Again, so it's like an instant fandom classic. There is humor in it, not in the same degree as in Max's videos, but like it just weaved in subtly. And like, yeah, it's just, I mean, it's such a treat to watch. Like, I really love all the visuals and what he does with Duncan and even just the scene. Like, it's such a small scene, but with, you know, Mr. Hugh and the Thin Controller at the station, and then you've got the attendant who basically runs out to give the frantic message that Duncan's train is off the rails and also on fire. And I mean, I also like when things are kind of bookended, so it's nice that he started with the church in the opening shot, and then it works its way back to the church in the ending. So it's just, yeah, thematically it's a very good video too. I really enjoy that one. Anything narrow gauge is always going to kind of just grab my heart and tug it, but yeah, no, really love that one.
Wait, there was one I was going to talk about, but I just forgot it.
Yeah,
that's been me all night. So,
Whoops.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're starting to infect me, Jord.
yeah.
Oh God, what was it?
Well, let's let
What
Mike
was it?
take the wheel again until you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other one that I have to talk about, and it's TARDIS Rescue. I mean, I feel like he's going to show up whenever we talk about like stellar fandom content, but
Yeah.
this was a hard one because as much as I really wanted to choose one of the narrow gauge episodes, I thought, you know what, we got to differentiate it, or else we're talking about all three narrow gauge. Really, the story of his that I love to absolute bits is Thomas in Hot Water.
Yes.
I mentioned that one earlier.
It is like,
It is so
perfect in every aspect. It's like, it ties in so well to season one, not just in
Oh, I just remember.
its place in the timeline, but like just the aesthetics of it. Even what he does with Crazy Talk, like that doesn't feel out of place. It's moved or like sewn in so well to everything. The cast is fantastic. It's such a good video. Like I really don't know how to put most of it into words, but like Jake's score is amazing too. Like it's so perfectly season one. Even the whistles, man, like they nail that season one kind of like warble with the whistles. God damn, yeah, it's such a good video. Like
the score is wonderful.
The score's fantastic. The visuals are fantastic.
The dialogue is amazing.
Yes, and it's such a subtle thing, but I really love how it actually opens with no narration. It starts with, Annie and Clarabelle on Thomas's case. And then when the narrator comes in, he's not saying, "It was summer on the island of Sodor and everyone was very busy." It just cuts to, Thomas didn't like the water tower at the junction. Like, it just cuts right to the action.
Yeah.
So, it just all around, it is so perfect. And, like, I could watch it. I mean, I have watched it a million times, I feel, but I could watch it a million more times and it would still be such an entertaining production. And, like, it's such a joy to watch every single time.
I absolutely love the ending too, where Henry's like, "God, you engines are so fussy." And Tom's like, "I'm not fussy. Unlike you big engines, I actually have standards." It's so perfectly Thomas.
And big shout out to Jake's rendition of the ending theme. It just, I don't know what it is, but when I listen to Jake's version versus the actual version, something about Jake's just slaps so much harder. Like, it's so good. Like, I don't know. He must have messed around with, like, the percussion or something. I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass, but yeah, it's just it's so good. Oh my god.
Can I the one I forgot about, the one that I just remembered. Waddling Respect by
Yes! I love that one. That is a fantastic. That actually inspired me to get he did a behind the scenes video on it afterwards, and he talked about the book where he got the actual incident from. And, like, I picked one of them up. It's so good. It's got such great railway photography in it, and, like,
yeah, I have
so
I have a similar. I don't know what book he used, but I probably have one that's similar called Trains in Trouble. And I believe Audrey sourced some of his incidents from these books.
That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
And Old Grump is also really good.
Yep, I agree.
A lot of the Bluey 2's later videos are really good.
Yeah, his original stuff is, like, super good. Super good. Yeah. Waddling Respect, though, is it was a really cool story because you don't really get. I feel like Duck is the one who they don't focus on as much as, like, a station pilot per se. Like, you get Duck in the diesel engine, of course, but, like, I don't know, in terms of, like, when Duck first gets there and is still kind of warming up to the big engines, like, you don't really get many stories about that. So it's such a cool period of time in the Railway series to tackle. Like, he did a great job on that.
Yeah. I think this will be probably one of our last topics for tonight. Favorite piece of fan content that you, like, had a part in?
Oh god.
I've not had many.
Not been in many.
I mean, it doesn't have to be, like, videos or anything like that. It can just be stuff that you've done or things like that.
I mean, I'm not sure I'm not sure what else have I done besides my own stories that I've written. I guess there's the CSB, because I wrote a story for that. But then aside from that, like we were talking about earlier, there's the 110th Platoon, which I voiced in when I was like 14. But we already talked about that plenty earlier, so I don't need to go over it again.
I did voices for Henry a couple times. I've done voices for many people, but a lot of it hasn't come out yet. I had fun doing Toby's Firelighter in Trains with Faces by Mei. I had fun doing that because I had to like come up with my own voice. And what I ended up going with was just the stereotypical southern accent, but you know. I'll have to think a lot harder about that one because
I would say two things that I'm really that I really am proud of that I worked on. One of them, these guys have heard me talk about it to death, but for those who don't know, the Ryan saga that I post that were my first 4 stories that I posted to Twitter. Um, I think they still hold up as a compared to my other stuff, but also because like it was basically what started like my like myriad of stories that I still post today. And in terms of like stuff that I didn't directly like play a part in, but like I had an influence in, I remember I'm trying to determine whether or not this counts as fan content, but the custom VHS I made for me and Avengers made for Mike for Christmas. That one was really I'm really happy about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah. But in terms of like adaptations and stuff, Jerome's A Friendly Gesture adaptation, very nice. It came out at a great time.
Shout out to Jerome.
Yeah, who is actually in the chat right now. Shout out to him. You do good
Oh,
stuff,
hey,
man.
there you go.
Yeah. He does great
Let
stuff.
me grab something real quick. Because I'm in a non-Thomas thing, which is like 9 seconds long, but I'm kind of proud of it.
Mhm.
All right, hang on. Let me mute my mic so you don't get the terrible Discord keyboard again.
All right. So while we wait for Jord, Mike, how about you?
This is hard, man. I mean, the Richard stuff will always have a special place in my heart because, like, it's the first time working with an OC, and you know, just like it got me through a pretty big bout of writer's block too. So, like, you know, just kind of proof that if you do have writer's block, you just kind of got to keep pushing, and eventually the good stuff will come. But I think the thing that sentimentally I feel the best about being involved in is Shining Time Greetings.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I don't know, Tatmer is such a special thing to me, and it's not something that a whole lot of people tackle. So I don't know, getting to do like a full-fledged Tatmer Christmas thing is like, it sounds wild to say, but and it sounded wild when I pitched it too. It was like, you know, I was just driving home and I was like, I wonder what a Tatmer Christmas thing would be like. So pitched it, and lo and behold, it became like one of our first really big productions with the video workshop. So yeah, I mean, like, we got so many good people involved, voice wise, like everyone really nailed it, I feel. Carson nailed it with his visuals and his production. It was such a weird, freeing thing to write as well, like the merging of, you know, Shining Time World plus Thomas World, having all these characters included. Like, it was real wild, and I didn't know if it was going to work, and I'm glad that for, you know, clearly people liked it, so it did work, I guess. But yeah, it's such a standout thing to me because of how special Tatmer is in general.
Mhm.
We did also, Carson and I had the idea that we should ask Grant McDonald, the guy who is behind the infamous Ram Ranch song. We asked, or Carson sent him a message on Discord to ask if he would want to voice the tumbleweed. We thought it was like a really random thing to be like, hey, let's get him to voice this like cowboy character. Why not? And so Carson sent him a thing asking if he wanted to do it, and he wrote back a very long response, which I will not repeat.
Oh,
But it was very funny nonetheless. And if you've heard Ram Ranch, just like picture that in text form.
Oh my god.
And afterwards, Carson was just like, "Cool, thanks, man." And yeah, then Carson ended up doing the tumbleweed himself because we couldn't get Grant McDonald. So there's a little
Awesome.
behind the
I
scenes
couldn't
for you,
listen to
but
the Ram lyric song.
I found the thing I did. You know, Funny G-Man from Half-Life.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that today.
Of course, I explained at the beginning of the stream, very badly, might I add, the history of Gregory Beastar. But yeah, this like ties into the lore. And if you compare the voices, not to like, not to toot my own horn, but I'd say it's pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah,
very nice, very nice.
Yes.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's one thing I'm proud of. The secret project that shall not be named on live stream. I'm very proud of it so far.
Hmm.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
The James thing.
Oh, okay, right.
Hmm.
I don't know. Just anything to do with Thomas.
I thought you
Finch,
were talking about the server movie.
The server. No. The server movie, of course, I'm proud of, but it's like a group effort, so we need to finish it, and then I'll see if I'm proud. But of course, I'm proud. But
We still
any,
gotta work. We still gotta work on that.
yeah. But any small victory, like the James face I drew, I compared it to like thank you very much. I compared it to like my first pencil sketch of a Thomas face. I was like, damn, I've really improved, and I was just really proud of it. Even though it's a temporary face, and it's only going to be on the model for a bit until I order the like 3D printed versions. I really like it, dude. Yeah, just small victories like that. I'm proud of. So I can't name all of them, but yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we kind of actually went way overboard. We didn't just pick 3. We just started talking about every single bit of good fan content that we could
Oh,
think
shit.
of. Yeah. So
Well, that makes it easier.
yeah. So just go off, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was my fault because we were talking about the Leokin video contest thing.
What?
With
Hold on,
Brewster.
hold up. What?
Oh yeah.
I kind of spaced out for a minute. What are we talking about?
Just more.
We're talking about how it was my fault how we went on like 6 different tangents at the same time. But we were talking about the contest video with Brewster, the animated one. And I just went on like a nostalgia trip watching it again. Yeah, so after that we just kind of derailed and went off about different fan content. Cynic, credit to him, tried to keep us on track, but you know,
Yeah.
it didn't
I tried.
really work.
Actually,
wait a minute. Is the episode over or something?
no, we're
Is
still
the end-
going. No, we're still
No,
going.
we're still live.
We haven't. I'll let you guys know when we're done. My God. But
Yeah.
Mike, what's the most nostalgic piece of fan content for you?
Oh god. I could name a few if you want me to rattle some off.
Sure, go ahead.
So the the obvious cop out one is basically anything from the Nostalgic Years channel from way back in the day.
Oh my God, I remember that.
Yeah.
That adaptation of specifically the one of Donald and the Breakaways. That's the one I always go back to.
It's so good.
It's really good,
The
man.
narrator. I don't know who narrated it, but he's good. Whoever he is.
I can't remember his username. Shoot.
I don't know who he. I don't know.
He also
I don't know
did,
who he is, but-
for anyone who remembers the SIF Tugs audio stuff, he voiced. Oh, what was the character's name? It was in there the last one they released. It was called Stormbringer.
It was Yaz.
No, you're thinking of Tug's Tales from Sodor.
Okay.
When SIF, like I think this is pre Star Tugs Trust. SIF would do like audio dramas of Tug's stuff, like Tug's original stuff. Which actually that's a nostalgic one. There's an audio production they did. It was an original story of theirs called Chimera, which was really good. I really enjoyed listening to that one. That one got repeat listens for me. But yeah, one of their more recent ones. It was
This one isn't SIF, but Flooded by Magic Lamp Studios.
yes. Oh, that one's so good. Oh my god.
It is very good.
Very good. Very good indeed. Okay, so yeah, nostalgic years. What else? There's the sad story of Bert. I can't remember the guy's username, but that
yes.
one is very nostalgic for me. Any of, I mean, this is kind of a cop out to say anything, but Wild Nor'Wester stuff. Like
Yes.
when
Oh,
I
yeah,
first
yeah.
got into the fandom and starting to write, like it was just so mind blowing that here was someone who was basically taking a pre existing canon. They were making all these different storylines and new characters that fit in, and like I really loved how for every season he would have like an overarching thing that would, you know, be solved over the seasons, and everything would play into itself, and it was cool. I always really enjoyed, like, it was a good time in like 2014 or so, when, like, you know, you had Series 18 premiering, which was a great return to form, and then like every Friday was like a Wild Nor'Wester upload. It was like awesome,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Man, back when everything was simpler.
Way simpler. Oh my god. Early TARDIS rescue stuff. I want to say Henry Blue, but not his Henry Blue stuff. I'm thinking more of like the Tales of the Little Railway videos. If you guys remember those at all?
I think I do. Was it the one that was like it wasn't like Peter Sam's Pollution, was it?
No. He did like he had really good like 009 models, and he did like sort of retellings, I guess, of the origins of the Skarloey Railway with like he did sort of like a Gallant Old Engine adaptation. There were a few other ones too. I remember watching those and thinking they were really good. Man, what other ones? I'm trying to think of like ones that I watched when I first got into the fandom. Shunter Productions, his Sudrian Ghost Stories. Those are pretty nostalgic for me for sure.
Balhu Manor. Balhu Manor is a personal favorite.
Yep, Balhu Manor. Dulcie's Ghost, I think, is a really good one too. Yeah, those ones are so good. I'm sure more will come to me as I think of them, but
So yeah, right now I'll open up the chat to ask questions. So we have one from
Cool.
Jerome, which is for Mike actually. A favorite free to adapt story that you've done?
Ooh, that is a good question. I actually have to look at my Google Docs because I don't remember all of them. I like all of them for different reasons. The more recent one that I did, Thin Ice, for Balji, I definitely think that's like my most concise story.
Yes.
I feel like I just kind of got right to the heart of it, and that was that. Oh man, there's so many that I want to talk about and choose, but I will say, I mean, A Dark Night for Bert, or Shunter Productions just did a video for it called The Spectre's Warning.
I prefer A Dark Night for Bert as the title, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I like either one. The story's still intact, so
yeah. The story, I really like the story itself.
That was a weird one for me because I really don't tend to do a lot of dark stuff.
It's good though. It's really good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I think I was really on a Jimmy the Ginty kick. That's another nostalgic one. Oh my god.
That
And
was
I
not
think I had
nostalgic for me, but definitely one of my favorites.
yes, yeah. I mean, any Jamie the Ginty stuff is so good. Oh my god. I
Yeah.
think it was the sad end of the Musbury Vale episode where it was the line where Robin asked Den like,
Yeah, and
"What are you
then
gonna
he
do
gets
when the branch
turned
line's torn
down,
up?"
and then Diet Diesel is basically like, damn,
Yeah,
things close.
yeah,
I'm not irreplaceable.
exactly. Yeah. So I think it was that kind of made me be like, "Huh, I wonder if I could do something like that."
Hmm.
So Dark Knight for Bert for that. Trouble for Tiger Moth was a weird one. That's where like I don't know if I told the rest of Twitter or the fandom about this, but I basically took a list of all the Erdls that were produced from like the start up until 2000, which is when it ended for us in North America here. I put them in a list and I assigned each of the characters numbers, and I would use a random number generator to make character pairings to like spur some creativity.
That's
And
that's a good idea.
yeah. So one of the first pairings that came was Tiger Moth and Skarloey. And I was like, I could do something with that. That sounds kind of neat. So that was just like, as the first story I wrote from that little, um, experiment. That was definitely a fun one to do. Oh, hang on, I'm an idiot. I'm scrolling through all of my Google Docs, and I've got a dedicated folder for this. I don't know why I'm making this. I always make things so much harder than it has to be. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna give little anecdotes about all of them because it's like picking a favorite child, I guess. A model engine, that was a fun one, because it was kind of like, I don't know, it was a little bit meta having like the engines talking about models of themselves and all that stuff.
Imagine if they saw wood models of themselves.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe we'll have to do a model engine too.
It's like it's like the reverse of the model engine. They're making models of every engine, but nobody wants one.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, Edward, you got lucky, man.
You lucked out, Eddie.
A toy made of them.
Ring of the Bell. That one is. I just love Toby, so that's an automatic win there.
Mm-hmm.
What else have we got?
On schedule.
Actually, on schedule. That was my first free to adapt one, so that has a special place for me. Wilfred Whistles. That was fun because it's mountain engines. Terrence Gets Trapped and Terrence and the Trucks. Wow, I write a lot of Terrence stuff, don't I?
Was Terrence Gets Trapped for season 5.2?
Yes, it was.
Oh, what a time.
Great time. So were the other mountain engine ones too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Terrence is fun. I love Terrence. Push Pull Percy, that was a fun one to do.
But Mike, don't you know that you can't do push pull with Thomas?
Oh Lord. Let's not do that one.
Even though you can.
Oh, I've had enough Twitter rants about that for once. In Demand, because it's just a very weird character pairing of Diesel and Trevor. Nancy's Chance was fun. Daisy's Deed and Daisy Does It Better, which I, for some reason, don't remember what that one's about. What are we talking about here? Did I release that one?
I don't think you did.
Oh, there you go, guys. Unreleased Buried Truck. Did I finish it? That's a good question. Oh, I did finish it.
All right.
Okay. Well, you know what?
This is
here we go. We're doing it live.
Oh man!
Before you start, I kind of relate to that because I almost the latest one I posted, Ducks and Diesels. I almost forgot to post that. I 2 days had gone by from me writing it. I was just like, oh shit, I haven't posted that. But anyway, go on.
Okay, so I had written a plot summary up the top, but I guess this one does technically feature an OC, but you don't need to. If anyone wants to do it, you don't need to model anything special. It just needs a milk tanker with a face. So yeah, here we go. I will post that for anyone to adapt if they like. It's a little rough. I clearly haven't touched this since, what's the date on this one? 2018, I guess.
Oh my god.
No, 2019.
Ah.
Either way, so it's going up as it is. Hope you guys like it.
It's like a time
I
capsule.
I clearly forgot about it, and yeah. So that's going up as we speak. What else was there? I don't think there was much else. Carol of the Bus, actually, that was a fun one to do. Just because it was like writing. I was doing it as like a dedicated audio production.
Didn't you post it to your SoundCloud?
Yeah, that was for Christmas of 2017.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think it was. Yeah, I think 2017. That was fun because it was like I really haven't done one of those in a long time where it's like I write it, I narrate it, I do all the well, I don't do the music, but I put the production together kind of thing. So that was kind of the last hurrah of that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess of all those, if I did have to pick one, it would probably be a Dark Knight for Bert, just because of how different it is from all my other stuff. I don't tend to write a lot of like bleak, darker stuff, but yeah, no, it was a neat little experiment. I guess, you know what? If people do want to see more of that kind of stuff, then I will certainly give it a go and see what I can come up with. But yeah, that's my my weird roundabout long answer of that is A Dark Knight for Bert.
Well, you got an unreleased story out of it, so always a plus.
I'm just writing a good description for it, and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else we can wrap this up on. If anyone's got any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat.
Yeah, I feel like maybe we could wrap up with like one more question from the audience.
Yeah. Let me think here. Let's finish off talking about Little Westerner because that's what we were on, and then Mike joined. So, as I was saying about...
I don't have anything else to say about it. I think I've said everything I want to say about it.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
You missed a lot.
I left when Mike said he was posting a story, so...
Oh, you haven't missed much then.
Okay.
Well, actually, we got another question. Have any of us listened to Magic Lamp Studios' Ghosts and Magic?
No, I'm afraid not.
Possibly.
I believe I've seen it. I don't remember. I know it exists, but I don't remember if I've seen it.
I've seen his. I know I've seen his rewrites of like hit era episodes, but I don't know if I've seen Ghosts and Magic.
I remember his one where he does like Haunted Henry, but it's got
Bowler
I think
Bewitched.
it's got yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Was that Tales from the Other Railway?
Yeah, that's Tales from the Other Railway.
Yeah.
Which is that's also good fan content. Tales from the Other Railway. That's a good parody series.
Yeah, that one is really nice. But for right now, there doesn't seem to be any other questions, so I think now we'll just go into what do we want to talk about next time.
All right.
I'll let Jord start.
Oh, come! What are you always gonna start with me, and I never have anything to talk about?
It's
God
practice.
damn it, Cynic!
It's practice.
Practice. Okay then. Model making, I suppose.
That's interesting.
Yeah, definitely model making because I've been on a kick recently.
I feel you there.
Let me see. I would say
maybe next time we could focus more on like non-Thomas stuff. since we had like since our first two episodes have been like almost exclusively Thomas topics.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
That-
fair.
Mm.
That'd be a good idea. In terms of what I think would be a good topic, maybe going through each of the specials and giving like short thoughts on each of them. Or we could talk about our 3 favorite and 3 least favorite episodes of the Bid World reboot. I feel like that'd be a good discussion.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Jord, have you seen all of them?
Not
seen
all
all
of
the
them.
episodes?
I pick and choose episodes which are talked about, so.
Well, we'll work about that because I think what'd be interesting is that if we give each other 3 episodes, the 3 best and 3 worst to watch, and we give our thoughts on them. I think that'd be interesting.
Maybe.
Yeah. But last but not least, Mike.
I do agree. We could dip into some non-Thomas stuff for some variety.
Yeah.
Specials could be interesting as well. Are we going to talk about hit era stuff?
That's a good idea.
Actually,
At some point?
I would like to talk about that because as you guys probably know, me and Streak have been rewatching the hit era to like rewrite all the episodes into good stuff. So I could definitely get behind that because it's fresh in my mind.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
All right. So I guess that does it for today's stream. So thank you to everyone who joined. It certainly was a long discussion about our favorite fan content, but I feel like we brought back a lot of like not repressed, but like a lot of memories that we forgot about along the way. Very, very fun all the same. It was a lot of fun. So thanks to everyone who joined.
We also discovered some new stuff.
Yes.
Percy
And-
getting carried by a helicopter.
Yes.
And
Wait, we dropping boys.
buried truck content.
Yes. We also I should mention before we leave, if we didn't mention your fan content, we're sorry, but there's a lot of great stuff out there. Some of it is bound. Some of it is bound to slip through the cracks at some point.
All of you are incredibly talented people. Just know that.
Yes. Yes. Well, thanks for everyone who joined. This is C Junior.
Carlin, I guess.
Oh. Ringo too.
And Baldwin Conductor.
Yes. Signing off. Have a great day, guys. Toodles.